If I was Floyd and he was me,
yeah,
he wouldn't never have to fight again because that exhibition shit.
Yeah.
As me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds, and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
And you ain't never.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see him jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Just Do shine, busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Just Do Boxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Just Do. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
In the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Just Do Boxing, the best boxing talk on YouTube.
Just Do Boxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Just Do Boxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Just Do Boxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am definitely biased when I talk about boxing. So
as always, we got to shout out everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to my brother Just Do. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Just, man. Just doing a hell of a job over there. Had a great interview today. The brother, and I say it respectfully, one of the most non-biased individuals that I've ever heard speak on the sport of boxing. And I got a lot of love and respect for my brother Just, man. And right now, we're going to give him his Just Due. Shout out to my brother Just Do, man. Much love and respect.
The knockdown, what happened?
I just got my hair done 2 days ago and she put grease in my shit, so the shit was like, you know, like when you sweating and things like that and the grease come in my face, it burnt my eyes type shit. Damn, why y'all booing like I'm saying bullshit? Like, this is real facts. Come on, man. I just got my hair done 2 days ago.
Swing the remix gone!
I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. And she put grease in my shit. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done. I just got my hair done 2 days ago. I just got my hair done. And she put grease in my shit. I just got my hair done. 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 Why y'all booing like I said bullshit? Hey, this is real facts. ago.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the family. How y'all feeling on this good Wednesday? We back to build on this boxing and give it its just due how we always do, man. Y'all already know the etiquette. Smash the like button, sub to the channel, turn your notifications on, support the grind. Cash App, Super Chat. We gonna build today. We gonna talk about it. Figured we'd start off with that classic hit. Y'all remember that was a good joint right there. Little harmless fun, you know. Shout out to Tank, man. You know, we've been hearing a lot of noise since the, you know, the highly contested or highly controversial draw, right? You know, everybody's been coming up with all types of different things, and you know, shit, people get their information where they get it, man. So I can only bring y'all the information that I got, so we're gonna talk about it. I see like 3-4 people sent this to me talking about, you know, this Turkey situation with blocking this Tank fight. So I you know, we're gonna get into that and plenty more. Y'all know it. Y'all know how we do. But before we do, where we at on the likes? Are we at 1 million yet? Shout out to my guy, the Box Story in Cash Sports. What's good, bro? 2 cents in the building. Dante's Boxing Talk, my homie with the Cash App, 20 piece coming through heavy. Soon as we get the stream going, shout out to my dog, always supporting.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my homie Dante, man. Always showing love to the grind, man. We gonna keep Billy said supporting the grind. I appreciate you, my guy. Russell, what it do, homie? How you feeling? CJ in the building. Ghetto Fab, what's good with it, bro? Reef in the building and grease up the ring and teach what it do. You know it. That was a banger. Motown's what it do. CJ, you know, that was a banger. I play that stuff because it's harmless fun, right? Y'all know I'm big on supporting these guys and not tearing them down. But whenever somebody come up with something that's a little funny, a little tasteful, I'll play it. I'll have some fun with it, right? Like we know when they did the runner, he's a track star. I thought that was funny too. They had lyrics with Shakur and De Los Santos. I thought that shit was funny. So there's no different with Tank. Just a little harmless fun, man. But that was they picked a good beat, man. Somebody took their time with that one. That sounds like it could be a ringtone or something, man. I'm telling you. There's a doctor in the house, y'all. Shout out to my guy, Dr. Boxing Talk. Y'all go tap into him if y'all haven't, man. Good dude, very consistent. He knows boxing. Great energy, man. And he all about building too, man. Shout out to my dog, man. Turn me up. As an avid Tank supporter, I think his dad said that should have made a video. I'm telling you, he should have had some fun with it. He should have. Jordan, what it do, homie? How you feeling? But yeah, man, we gonna talk about it because like I said, I see it. A couple people talking about it, man. Shout out to the OG, man. You know, I support who I support. I support who support me. So shout out to the OG for 9, man. I heard him. You know, he did a video on it, breaking it down. Just giving his take on what he's been hearing and what's going on. And the problem in this space, y'all, with this content, we don't realize we share the same space. So, like, you know, if one person get bad information, is never a good thing. Not saying he got bad information or anybody else, but I don't understand where these personal attacks come from. You know, one thing I learned in this space is, you know, everybody got different relationships with different people. That's going to allow them to get certain, you know, access to certain information. You get what I'm saying? And not just all. I can't tell nobody who came and told them what or where they got it from. I could only tell you what I got and where I got it from. And, you know, I'm a pretty solid guy. I don't bring y'all no BS. So we had to talk about it because I see a lot of people are they kind of panicking a bit. I seen it spread just a bit. You know, it's this notion out there that Turkey is somehow, he's blocking a rematch between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach. And look, I'm gonna just call it what it is. Certain people that not feeling Turkey, they're not feeling his energy, his approach to the game, like his video game mentality, his overly ambitious spirit, right? Like some people just not rocking with it, and it's okay. Like I just hope we could get to a space in boxing one day where we understand it's okay to like what you like, man, and don't like what you don't like. It is what it is. But for me, I just want to see fights, right? I want to see guys get treated accordingly, be put in good positions, and most importantly, the best fights be made. That's all I want to see. If Turki Alashikh could be responsible for putting on some good fights that allow all of us as fight fans to get what our hard-earned money pays for, then I'm cool with that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. But at the same time, if he's in fact, trying to tear down what's great about boxing and kind of change the landscape of things with, making the wrong moves and, stopping fights from happening, I'm not rocking with that. Like, let's just talk about it. Let's just, entertain it hypothetically. Let's say that is, if that was in fact something that he was doing, I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that. I can't support somebody that's taking a fight off the table that the fans want to see. And, I think what's unique and dope about the rematch with Tank Davis is, people, the original consensus was a lot of people complaining. Oh, I don't care about this fight. Oh, I'm not watching it. Oh, he brought up another 30-pounder. And then it turned out he done broke his own record. The joint was packed. They did their thing. And the fight was better than expected to me because we got an unexpected outcome. And whenever you get that, when everybody thinking or majority thinking one way and that don't happen, that's a good thing for boxing. We didn't anticipate him having a draw and a rematch happening. We didn't see this happening, but the fact that it's highly anticipated because of all the controversy from the first fight. So, like, the natural order of things is this rematch needing to happen, right? And that's where I'm at. So if anybody in the sport of boxing and you disrupting, then, like I said, the natural order of things, the shit that need to happen, that need to take place would be this rematch. For better or for worse, it need to happen. I think a lot of people be tuned in. Man, he mess around, do better numbers the second time around just because of all the controversy. And now, in the eyes of many, Lamont Roach proved himself to be a valid challenger. So now people really watching this fight because they feel like, yo, he won the first one. He could win this one. Or, Tank gonna get him in a rematch. He gonna tighten up. So it's so much intrigue there. And if you, like I said, man, if you're truly a boxing fan, you want to see that rematch. The first one was good. I don't care how close it was. So what? It was a good fight. High level chess match, man. Them dudes was very intelligent in there. And neither guy was making really big, detrimental mistakes. So that's what kind of fight we got with them being familiar with each other. And I'm okay with all of that. You get what I'm saying? I made peace with the knee. I made peace with the running to the corner, wiping your head or your eye, whatever the case. I don't care about none of that. It's water under the bridge. It happened. We discussed it. We talked about it. People slandered him for it. It's over with. I think the next order of business, like I said, is, just wait until they finally release and drop an announcement saying when they're going to allow this or when they're going to be putting on his next fight. Now, I've been hearing different dates being thrown out there, but none of it's been confirmed, right? I'm hearing that, like I said, it's this feeling that Turkey is behind the reason why this fight is not taking place, and he's essentially trying to force Tank to work with him and block him out. And like I said, if somebody got a hold of a certain information and that information points them in that direction to say, yo, that's what Turkey is doing, I'm not gonna argue with them and tell them they wrong. You get what I'm saying? Everybody got their sources. Everybody get their information how they get it. But for me, I'm fortunate enough to know a few people, be able to ask some questions and kind of get some clarity, and hopefully it'll make some sense to y'all. So I ain't saying I got some inside scoop, but I got some key details that might help people kind of clear up what's out there. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get to it all, man. Shout out to Reef, man. USA Boxing, what it do, man? Thrill Hill in the building, Rod in the building. What's good? Mike Mace, act my guy. What's good, Brody? How you feeling? The CJ. So look, man. It was some talks about, Turkey blocking fights and blocking the fights, and it's a lot of different things being said, right? Like I've seen somebody say that he's using his money to like, I guess book venues and kind of steal dates or something to that effect. But, from the information I got, it don't point in that direction, right? So like I said, you know, everybody get their different information, but I could only go where mines point me at, and mines don't point me there. Mines doesn't say that that's what Turkey doing blocking a tank fight. That's not what I got. You get what I'm saying? So we couple little details just to go over. We gonna build on it and keep it moving. Behind the Hands TV, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? Teach, what it do? How can Turkey block the rematch? That's what I'm saying, man. Turkey is why I'm on child support. You stupid. Don Roy in the building. What's good with it? Turkey spoiling these average fighters. It could be some truth to that, Don, as far as the spoiling. You know what I mean? You know, it doesn't make sense to me to try to convince. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Teach. So look, what I was seeing, and I'm seeing something. I was listening. I'm always trying to observe, because when I don't have all the answers, I'm trying to listen and to, you know, get game where I can get it. If somebody's able to put me onto something or make me aware of something, then that's cool. But I was just seeing a lot of people speaking about the money and him basically using his money to stop whatever potential venue that they may or may not be trying to, you know, book for the rematch. So essentially, I guess he would be stepping on their toes, right? That's what's kind of out there. Like I said, I've seen a number of different people type it. I see it. It's already hit Twitter. So it done ran wild, right? I watched one video on it. Shout out to the OG, but I ain't watched nobody else video, so I don't know who else been talking about it, you know, as far as a content creator. But like I said, from what I got, you know, it doesn't, you know, none of what's going on had anything to do with Turkey. You know what I mean? Jay Grant, what it do, fam? So what they were saying was, you notice, and we just trying to make this the most sense out of this without no headache, bro. So you see how CJ was saying he hearing July or August, right? That's also I was hearing the same things. Somewhere around that time frame, could be even later, right? Possibly. The thing is, they never came out and officially announced when it was going to be anyway. But like CJ is saying, I've been hearing those dates too, the July and the August. So when people spoke on the July date, they were saying Turkey, you know, basically snatched up the July date, so they can't have a fight then. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna tell you. So July 19th is for Manny Pacquiao. Shout out to the fax machine, man. LWBoxing. July 19th is for Pacquiao. PBC blocked that date for Tank, not Turkey. So the July date that's taken up, that people were referring to or speaking of, if I got it correct, because it's only but so many dates, that's a PBC date. That's for Manny Pacquiao. That don't have nothing to do with Turki Alashikh. You get what I'm saying? So that's that July. Shout out to my homie, man. I just spoke him up. LWBoxing in the building. Now Turkey blocking fights. Yeah, Jay. That's where we at. And like I said, I don't do personal content. I don't try to look at somebody's content and then come here and argue it. Nah, I'm only here to give people the information that I got from a real one. You get what I'm saying? So I also was informed Matchroom is doing a band fight in Dallas. That's 7/19. Tank versus Roach rematch was never going to be there. That's common sense. You get what I'm saying? It's common sense. They wasn't fighting in Dallas, never. So 7 would be, if I'm not mistaken, that's also July. Am I right? July is not going to happen. You get what I'm saying? So that's over with, man. Shout out to the homie. He also told me Queensberry is doing Usyk versus Dubois on 7/19 in the UK. Same deal. That has nothing to do with Turkey, any of that. It's just, you know what I mean? So I can't tell you where everybody gets information from, but I can only tell you where I got mine from, and my guy don't miss. You know what I'm saying? I'm really confident my boy don't be missing. Kyle Cooley, bless his family. Hope all is well with you and the fam, my guy. Jamal he has plans on fight Plant next after May 31st. There you go. PBC had fighters on the same card planning, and the other just like Turkey. That is true too. It is true. So, you know what I mean? Pacquiao, another footnote. Shout out to my guy. Pacquiao is waiting on the results from the Senate election on May 12th in the Philippines. That's why they haven't announced. Plus, he's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame on 6/8. He wants to be announced after that. So, far as those couple of dates that people were getting and panicking about, like, I hope, you know, those couple, you know, that little bit of information helped clear that up for the people, right? I think, I don't know, like, listen, I can't tell nobody not to feel paranoid about a guy like Turkey, but all I could do is try to make sense out of this stuff. That's the information I got. So as far as, you know, if he's blocking the fight, I don't think so. I mean, I haven't came across any information that would indicate that, but I know people feel like this is some type of war being waged between, Tank and Turkey, but I don't think so. He looks like if you don't want to work with him, then he'll just keep working with the people that do. Do I got it wrong? I mean, he can't force nobody to do anything. Can't force anybody to do anything. And I think, spending money and just in an effort to railroad somebody's career is that's crazy. You get what I'm saying? I don't think nobody will be able to rock with a guy that's moving like that, regardless of the fighter that's being affected by it, right? I think that's foul in and of itself. So, I have no reason to think that that's what's going on, because obviously, like, we seen it with the little Ferrari situation when they went back and forth. He said what he said, he said what he said, and then they just moved on. And it was like, all right, cool. He don't want to work. So whoever do, he just work with the guys that want to work with him, right? I don't think somebody that has gotten Canelo to work with him is tripping about one individual fighter not working with him. That's just me. Like, I couldn't see a world where boxing is that way. I would hope not. Shout out to my homie Zoomverse. Peace, Brody. How you feeling, man? Like August. And it could be August, could be, or just could be. You know what I mean? But I don't know if any of that has anything to do with Turk. I had bad trying to tie to Tim Zoo. Said the fighter's done July 19th. What's that? Tim Zoo and who that? Yeah, man. So said look at Tim Zoo, training camp, Manny Pacquiao and LA. That's dope. That's dope. Roelly said they tried to sabotage him. Yeah, Roelly is Roelly. Fate was good with the Tevin Farmer. Yeah. I seen that. I seen that. I seen it with Tevin Farmer. But anyway, man, let me not lose track of what I'm talking about, man. So look, y'all smash the like button too. Let's keep building, man. Now he's blocking the fight. It's plain as day. I mean, how? I don't see it. Like I said, I don't know when you came in. I don't know if you heard me just read off the couple little text, little messages, but as far as some of the dates that they're throwing out there, because I mean, look, I don't have information that would suggest that, and I can't. Yeah, I don't think nobody that got access to that kind of money is spending his time trying to sabotage the career of one person. Like that's foolish. He don't have absolutely nothing to do with that fight or that fighter. You get what I'm saying? Like I that shit just it don't click for me. It don't make enough sense. At least I don't have the information. Like I said, if somebody else got different information, that's fine. But I can't just come up here and throw that out there and be like, yeah, he blocking the Tank Roach. And then look, this is what's gonna happen, y'all. This is what ends up happening. And I hope I'm right about this. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this. What's gonna happen when the rematch take place? When a rematch take place, what they gonna do? They gonna say what? You get what I'm saying? Like it ain't even been announced. Think about this, y'all. It ain't even been announced. How is he blocking something that ain't even been announced? I don't get it. Am I looking at it wrong? And I'm telling you, over here, it's all about a build. I don't argue. If you got information that you think could put me on, make me aware, I'll drop the link and we can talk about it. It's not an argument over here. We build. But I can't come here and give y'all information that I don't have and just make that up. At least I don't see it right now. I wasn't thinking like that. I think when it's all said and done, he don't have no bearing on what happens with that fight. Now, I ain't saying he don't have the money to be an asshole or be vengeful or to try to do, but that's an extreme amount of energy and money to do for what? What's the means to an end? You get what I can't make sense of that. So maybe I'm not seeing it. I don't know, but I'm not no super advocate of that dude and none of that. I'm not praising him. I'm not up here talking about he's giving us everything we want, and that's not me. But I feel like he's trying to add to what we already have. Now he has his way of doing it, and not all of it looks like something we used to, right? So I'm just sitting back and I'm watching to see what he's able to do, what fights he's able to put together, how the events turn out. I'm just sitting here and observing, but I just don't think he got no bearing on what the PBC got going on. Just think he got that much power. I get it. Money, people have money. I get that. Money, you know, run the world. But I just can't. I can't think that this is where he at. Like that guy is gonna be in a position of power, and then what he's gonna do with it is, yeah, I'm gonna make sure that guy can't fight. Yeah, I'm gonna go mess his fights up. Yeah, he don't want to work with me, so I'm gonna shut him down. So that's just me. Everybody has their way of thinking. Maybe I can't see it. Like I said, anybody want to come up and tell me something they think about this, we can talk about it. It's just a conversation. But everything ain't got to be I'm right and y'all wrong. Like if you feel like that's what he doing, I can't tell you not to feel that way. But all I can tell you is what I see. So like all I know is the rematch date was never made official or announced. It was always like some speculation of what dates it could be. So for me, I can't tell nobody how to see it. I can't tell nobody how to think or feel about it. For me, if I hear say they release the information that, you know, the rematch is at this date, and then all of a sudden you see Turkey come in there and start trying to, you get what I'm saying, jock for position on certain days. If that's at all what he doing, then I can understand where people are coming from. But like I said, for me, I don't have that information. I don't know that to be true. So I can't come here and just force it on him. You get what I'm saying? I come here and I say that, and then the rematch happened, and then what happened to him blocking it? You get what I'm saying? So I think I think they probably still sorting out some shit. They probably still figuring out some details, right? Like you gotta know when the date is for somebody to be able to block it. To me, it only makes logical sense. For it to be effective, you would have to know when they're planning on, you know, making that fight, so you could try to bid for the date or, you know, jock for position. Like that's the only way I could see it. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I read a couple things to y'all, and I hope that made some sense. Especially as far as the dates that they're throwing out, because one was the July. So that's why they saying it didn't happen in July, is because of Turkey. But I just read to y'all that has nothing to do with Turkey. That's PBC that has the date. So you get what I'm saying? So it would be them blocking their own fight, not Turki Alashikh. So what they're going to do is they're going to move the goalpost from there when it don't fit the narrative. And then they're going to say, oh, well, that's why it's happening in August. Then don't happen then. Then they're going to go back to Turkey. It's just, it needs to be more details. It's very premature. You can't just come out and just throw all that out there. I don't have the information. If you got the information, fine. But I can't do that to the people that listen to me. I don't have that. So I can't just give you information I don't have. I can tell you what I've been hearing and what I'm being told. And we're going to see what exactly happens. And I think from there, we'll know what's up. You know what I'm saying? Money and power, two different things. Spend money to achieve brandish power. Is saying, I'm not saying that they not or they can't. But can we prove that? Are we willing to say we can prove that that's what's happening? Right? I'm not going to tell you that somebody can't do it. But can we say that that's what's going on? You get what I'm trying to say? Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, you know, with me, it's a conversation. I'm not going to tell you if anybody is wrong for what they said he's doing, but I'm going to tell you the information I got. And from what I got, I can't have nothing that definitively tells me that, yeah, 100%, yo, that's what he doing, yo. Yeah, man. You get me? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Just for me. You get me? And I think it's one of those things where as time goes, it will reveal all things. You get what I'm saying? If I'm off base about Turkey, that truth is gonna come to the light. You get what I'm saying? There's no way he's gonna be able to move about like this and it not be exposed on a major scale. That's what I'm saying. So I feel like it's not it hasn't grown the legs that it needs to grow for it to be solid yet. I think it's very premature. Am I crazy for saying that? Like we never had an official date. So how could we say something is being blocked if we don't even know when it's coming? You get what I'm trying to say? Am I missing it? Am I missing something? Like, you know what I mean? Like, again, fill me in. I could be looking at this wrong, but I don't know, man. I just feel like that's a waste of time, man. I serve 88. What's good with it? Like he currently working with one of the biggest names in boxing in Canelo Alvarez. You get what I'm saying? Like, but if you are a person that feels as though like he just here to take over, then I get it. but I don't feel like he can take over. He can try to do whatever he's gonna try to do. I don't never think that one person is gonna be able to just take over boxing. I just don't think that's a possible feat. So he would be fighting a losing battle, in my opinion, if that's what he's trying to do. But to try to block a rematch that the boxing world want to see is a bad move. Talk about getting people not to like you for real. That's all that'll do. I don't see how that can make you any friends or anything like that. You get what I'm saying? Think about that. Hasn't the PBC fighters been fighting on his cards? Am I tripping? Or have PBC fighters been fighting on his cards? That would somewhat indicate to me that they got some type of working relationship. So now what he's going to do after seemingly having some type of working relationship, I'm going to go behind their back and I'm going to try to stop one of their biggest stars from eating. Get what I'm saying? That's going to burn bridges if that's what he's doing. And all I'm saying is if that's really what's going on, I expect it to come out into the wash. You get what I'm saying? That's all. I'm not, this ain't no defense of nobody. I'm just trying to have a logical conversation and try to make it make sense with the information that I do have. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. Like he been working with those guys. So I was assuming just off that alone, there's something there where they respect each other. Now, I know he did come out and he had made that comment about how he gonna crush people. And I said it before. When he said it, I thought he was just like WWE type shit he was talking. Because then he came out and like walked that back and said, look, man, everybody is basically going to exist in this space. I can't stop nobody. We all here. We all a part of this. So I don't know, man. I get it. People don't rock with the dude. And I can't tell you not to. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you to rock with him. But I understand people reservations. He from over there. And he came over here like on some get down and lay down. So I get it. Overall, he set the tone with a very strange energy, the way he came up over here, right? With the, I need answer now. Like, I get it. He was a little demanding with it. Like, bro, hold on, bro. You don't cross the pond. You can't, we ain't bowing down and you ain't gonna be talking to our fighters like that. So I get it, bro. He started off on the wrong foot. So some people just don't trust him. But all I'm saying is if y'all know me to be a logical guy, a solid guy, bringing you good information, that's all I'm doing here. You know what I'm saying? I only can tell you what I know. So, and I can't say for 100% certainty that he's not doing it, but I can't say 100% that he is either, right? It just would be a waste of damn time, man. You stupid. Callum fool. You ain't lying. You ain't lying, bro. They said, nah. See what happened when we waited last time? A1 Hoop Zone, my God. What's good with it, Brethren? How you feeling? Man, let him on his way. Let him on his way. He doesn't understand business. Cut creator, what it do, homie? Oh, man. Y'all smash that like button, man. But over here, y'all, I just try to have a conversation that y'all can all appreciate and not have a headache. I can only like speak on what I know of. So again, and then give my perspective or my my take on how I see it. So like I said, he got one of the biggest names in the sport to mess with him, right? He got one of the biggest names in the sport to rock with him. You get me? So is it that much? Like it would have, the only thing I can see out of this is if this is some type of power thing where you trying to force a guy to work with you, but why would it be a secret? He didn't make it no secret that he wanted to work with Canelo. He didn't make it a secret that he wanted to work with anybody else. He ain't make it a secret that, he was putting Ryan and Devin on the same card in the effort to get them back to each other. Like, none of this stuff has been a secret. So why would this be a secret? Like, you get what I'm saying? I don't see you being able to keep something like this under wraps. This shit is going to hit every channel, every news outlet. Like, you get what I'm saying? Boxing is too small for a secret like this to be kept. Everybody is going to know about it. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I just don't, maybe I'm not, I don't know. I'm not, that would be completely grimy. Basically, let's talk real. Like, if that's what's going on, that's grimy. I ain't saying that he ain't that, but what's the incentive? Like, people are saying he's willing to spend money in an effort to try to stop something from happening that he's not even a part of. I don't see how that makes any sense. Am I looking at it wrong? Damn, that's why I say, man, if somebody want to come up and Say, hey, Just, this is what I think you missing something. I think this is what you ain't seeing. And feel free, bro. But I think people are paranoid when it comes to that dude. And I don't think they care for him. Simple and plain. It is what it is. They don't like him. But I can't see like nowadays in boxing, we can just say stuff with like no proof and no example. We should have an example to point to that would indicate that this is exactly what's going on. We don't even need that. We just need a couple people to kind of be, suspicious of it. And that's enough. We don't need nothing else. We don't need no example. Like, listen to me clearly. And again, somebody want to come up, feel free. Am I missing it? How can you block something that's not officially announced? If they're still figuring out when the date is going to be, how is it being blocked? Am I missing it? I just want to know. Am I missing something? Like, for me to be able to stop something, I got to know when you're planning on doing it. Am I right? So do he know the PBC's intentions? Do he know their business? Do he know? I'm trying to figure it out. I just want to make sense out of it. You get what I'm saying? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm just here to have a good conversation, bro. And again, it's no need for nobody to feel no type of way. Just tell me what you think about it. But if you got an example, throw it out there, man, and we could talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't willing to do that. I don't talk boxing in that way. I'm not big on putting jackets on people if I can't give at least an example of one. I should be able to have at least one or two. You give me at least one, though. Samuel, what it do, homie? Shout out to the queen, Aisha. How you feeling? Always good to see you in the building. Shout out to my homie Z. What's good with it, bro? Flyer frequency in the building. Capone, what it do? That's that. And again, understand something, because I got to say this as a disclaimer. When y'all over here, it's a conversation, not no argument. I'm not telling you wrong, what you saying you dumb, none of that. Just feel free to have the conversation, right? Because when you don't have all the answers, you got to try to have a conversation and make the best out of the information that you do have. So that's what I said, man. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. You get me? You get me? Listen, I'm always in the middle. I ain't nowhere online praising him, and I ain't never gonna do it because I don't believe in praising a man is the way you go. Like, that's weird. Yeah, that's the new Aisha blocking the rematch. And listen, talk to me, y'all. Am I saying crazy? Like, if you don't know where something is taking place, can you stop it from happening still? Does that make sense? You get what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. Got questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fair dude. I'm a fair guy. I don't tell nobody they wrong. I just want to know what people making out of this. And I don't see that being a reality. I think the reality of it is that man working. I think Tank working. I think Roach working. And I think they're going to figure it out. I think they're going to schedule a rematch and they're going to make this shit happen. James, what's good with it, fam? Mr. Impride in the building. What's good? Stressed Out Boxing. Motown in the building. Stuff out there, likes and views. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it a couple times now. I had about 4 people say this to me. I had somebody call me and talk to me about this and ask me what I think about it. So I had to ask around a little bit. And like I said, from what I understand, some of the dates that they're essentially feeling like Turkey is blocking, PBC has those dates. So that you can look up yourself. You don't have to believe me. Go look it up. Go look it up. I don't know if y'all all hearing the same stuff, but like I said, as far as July and that, I don't know if it's happening in August. I have no clue. You know what I'm saying? I have no clue. I'm only here to try to figure it out. But I mean, shit, man, he gotta be a grimy, cruddy dude, because he's working with all of these different fighters. He's putting on these cards. I just don't see what's the reason to take time out his day to block a fight that the boxing world want, that you don't have anything to do with it. Or is that the issue? Because it's something that you're not a part of. But I don't see. Hell nah, man. He ain't stopping the PBC from doing shit. Like, think about what we saying. So he about to stop the PBC from they cash cow making his bag. That's what we willing to say that, because that's pretty much what we got to be willing to say. So Turki Alashikh is powerful enough to stop the PBC from making a fight and getting a fighter his bag. This would be a first time in history I heard this shit. Especially when people have been saying how bad the PVC kicking ass and how much money they making and they putting on the great shows. That's never my argument. I just love good boxing. I don't care who putting it on. I don't. That's not my argument. I just want to see great fights. I want to be able to support these guys, see good action, come back here. We talk about it, talk about the news and get out the way. I'm not about to stress about this type of stuff. Like, I feel like this is not what boxing is, bro. Bro, if Turkey, if you out here trying to stop fights that need to happen, you bogus, and I can't rock with it. That's all I can say, but I can't say that this is the evidence and I have this shot and look, he's doing it for sure. I can't say that. Can't say it. So I don't know, man. I know I want to see the damn rematch. His ass should want to see it too. Saudi or not, he should want to see it. Sit back and let them two men be great. You know what I'm saying? But again, man, shit, he got a lot going on. He got a really big. Canelo is a guy. The guy. He got a damn country behind him. I don't think you get what I'm saying. Like, he's essentially being able to make the moves he want to make. He's working with the fighters it seemed like he want to work with. Seemed like initially he had interest, but it seemed like when Tank didn't show interest in him, he just like let it be what it was, right? That's how I looked at it. I didn't hear him say nothing else about it. They was asking once the Ferrari talk stopped, it kind of stopped. I didn't hear him bring up Tank Davis in no type of crazy way. I didn't hear him say nothing bad about him, unless I missed it. I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it, bro. I definitely didn't catch it. Shout out to the Queen Aisha in the Cash App, always supporting the grind with the 10 piece for supporting. I appreciate you, Queen. Much.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
I might have missed some of y'all comments, man, but y'all, he said, hold hands, have ring guys. Say it was just do, don't do shit for there. That's a fact. I don't do it. I don't put nothing past. Yeah, I don't want. Oh, so look. I hear people talking about that as well. And over here, we just here to talk about it. I want to be very clear with what I'm saying. I ain't holding nobody hand, right? That like just on some like the way people sound, making it sound like he just in there holding hands. I didn't see it that way. And I did a little bit of homework, and my little bit of homework led me to understand that the way he held his hand, and we don't have to agree with it. This is not where we from. We're not accustomed to this. I'm not saying it's cool and this is what I like, but I'm just telling you, I don't like to be ignorant. Ignorance meaning not knowing, right? So I wanted to know what was to the hand holding, because I'm like, that's a little odd. What is that? I look it up. It's a sign of friendship and respect. And I think it's, if I remember correctly, it's a little frowned upon for them to hold hands with the women. Now the ring guy, the fake Tupac with the bandana, that's bogus. I don't know what that was. But like I said, for me looking it up, I done seen pictures like that depict. Remember, where was they at? Over there, right? So that's the shit he do. That's where they're from. That's what they do. I'm not saying it's cool. I'm not saying I'm a fan of it. I like it. It's acceptable. But that's what they do over there. And that's what he was doing. You get what I'm saying? Just you're not holding hands under that super chat. Hell nah. Hey, Cal, cash out maybe. You might, I might grab a pinky. I'm just joking, y'all. But seriously, all jokes aside, that's all. I'm only here to give y'all information. Everybody asks, what was it? Aisha said, bump that. Listen, I feel you. We don't do that here, right? So we taking it back. Like, what the hell you doing? Why is you holding that man's hand like that? I get it. But a lot of times in boxing, we ask questions and we don't even try to get the answer to it. I immediately really wanted the answer to it because I seen the big deal that everybody was making. And I had to, common sense suggested to me that it had to be a reason he was doing it. And then when I looked it up and see what it stood for, I'm like, oh, okay, that's what it is. All right, let me see if I can make more sense out. He said, had the fake Tupac. Chop down in here. We gonna find out. I grab a pinky. See, that's all I want to do over here, y'all. I don't want nobody that comes here to be stressed out to talk no boxing, bro. It's just boxing. It's supposed to be entertainment. But I'm not joking when I said that. I did look it up. That's what it was. The hand holding was a sign of respect or like friendship or some partnership, some shit like that. Let me see if I can pull it back up for y'all.
depends on the individuals involved. Between men. Holding hands between men is common and generally seen as a sign of friendship and camaraderie with no romantic connotations. It's a traditional gesture of closeness. Between women. Similar to men, women holding hands is usually a sign of friendship and is socially acceptable. Between a man and a woman. This is where it becomes more complex due to cultural norms regarding interactions between genders. In public. Public displays of affection, PDA, between men and women, including holding hands, are generally not accepted and can be considered inappropriate. This is in line with the conservative cultural values and Islamic principles prevalent in Saudi Arabia, which emphasize modesty and the separation of unrelated men and women in public. Even married couples are typically advised
getting
to
a lesson today, y'all,
displays in public,
so we could put it to bed.
Within the privacy of their own homes, the rules are different for married couples. For foreigners, visitors should be mindful of these customs and avoid holding hands with someone of the opposite sex in public to respect local culture and avoid unwanted attention. In summary, while holding hands between people of the same gender often signifies friendship, it is generally not appropriate in public between men and women in Saudi Arabia.
You see? So look, I like to know, I like to understand in boxing when I don't have the answer to something, I seek it. And I notice everybody, what's up with that holding hands? Man, I ain't holding no man hand. We made it straight about like some sus type stuff. And we were ready to just write Bud Crawford off as some type of sellout ass weirdo. And I'm like, bro, it's got to be deeper than that. So we don't have to like it. We don't got to think it's cool. We don't even got to accept it. But I think it's key to understand that that's what that was about and not make more of it than what it needs to be. That's for me. I can't tell nobody what else to do. For me, it's understood. Would it be something that I'm looking for? Hell no. I don't care what they do. I'm over here. I'm in Jersey. We don't do that. You can catch me. My hands sweat, bro. I got sweaty palms, bro. I'm not locking hands with nobody. Bro, and my girl, I don't even hold my girl hand because my hands sweat too much, bro. So I definitely ain't locking hands with no big paw, big ass hands with Bud, big ass hand. Hell no. My joints be, my girl be trying to hold. Ask mama do when she come through here, do I hold her hand? She be pissed off. I be like, bro, my hands sweat. My hands too sweaty for all that locking palms and stuff. He's still thinking suspect. Oh man, for me, I just like that. It's got to be a different way, right? But I get it. Like I can make the exception because that's something they do over there. But you see how what the information was telling us is specified. Like that's not something we doing over here. They do that over there, and it's kind of frowned upon with them to hold the woman's hand. It sound weird. It do sound a little weird. It do, but. That's them. I ain't gonna make it something it's not. Like I can understand where people coming from, but I ain't, I'm not about to like the way we was not we as in us, but people were ready to like call Bud Crawford out his name and make him less than what that's going too far. Like you could say you don't like it, you don't rock with it, but to try to insinuate and make it seem like he's selling out, that's a stretch. It's a stretch. That's all I'm saying. It's a stretch, bro. The man ain't no sellout for doing some shit that they do. And that shit was a couple seconds, bro. That man about to go out there and make some money, man. I doubt if he worried about some stupid shit like that. I don't even think he commented. I doubt if he cared, bro. Now, if he said next time I get pulled over and try to hold hands with the laws. Stupid. Randall, what's good, fam? My hands was a fool, bro. Say he gonna lock hands with the law. So hey man, hey, it worked in Saudi. Hey, behind the hands, when they ask you what you doing, tell them, hey, I seen it on TV once. Tell them you seen it on TV once in Saudi somewhere. Shout out to my homie Big Dog Willie, put some color in the chat. Much love for the support, bro. Tank versus Jake Paul, November 19th, Las Vegas at MGM Grand. It's 2 female fights, 2 championship fights, midget wrestling, and co-main event Logan Paul versus Roy Jones Jr. and Danny DeVito's the referee. Facts. I don't even know how Big Dog came up with all of that. This man is a savage,
and we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to Big Dog Willie, man. Appreciate you, bro. Much love. Always supporting the grind. Tay was good with it. Shout out to James. Who else in here? Not just any American that don't tell him. We don't do that here. Proceed to figure a lot. Willing to do something strange for some change. You a fool, bro. You a fool, man. He might have caught him off guard, bro. He might have caught him off guard. Y'all crazy, man. Bud made that beat with it. But he's not gonna be disrespectful. That shit was televised. Yeah. That it was one of them situations. I honestly, William Old School was good with it, bro. I think it's one of them situations. I would now that y'all talking about it. See, I wish I could get Bud up here because I would ask him, was he aware of that and did he understand what the significance of the hand holding was, and if he even know people were making a crazy big deal out of it. But look, that's what they do over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm with it. I'm not over there, so I ain't never got to be with it. I ain't fighting for Turki Alashikh, so I ain't never got to like it. And like I said, my palms too sweaty. I ain't locking fingers with nobody. Just the thing is, an enzyme is a sin to put your hands on a woman. Yeah, any way that don't belong to you. That's a fact. That's what the information was telling us too. That's why it's frowned upon for the men to grab women's hands. Is deemed inappropriate in the public. You know what I'm saying? Holding hands with females is unacceptable. Yeah, but if any female that don't belong to you, you know what I mean? The ones that, you know, obviously ain't your woman, right? Hitman, what it do? I mean, about to get 50 mil. You think he worry about some damn fingers, babe? Like, look, man, little 2-3 seconds, man. What's the real story is the hands he about to put on Canelo. See how we always fall for the okie doke? We up here. They giving us a legendary face-off, and all people talking about is them locking hands. Now, the real picture is Bud Crawford is about to be putting paws on Canelo come September, and I'm confident that he could pull it off. He just let William Skull slide through the back door. Hell nah, Bud about to give him hell, man. Bud about to give him hell. And I'm telling, don't let me get Bud up here, y'all. Don't let me get Bud up here, because I'm gonna definitely let Bud Crawford know what y'all was saying in his chat. I'm not no snitch or nothing, but I'm definitely, you know, I ain't saying like I'm taking screenshots right now with my phone, letting them know that y'all out here saying that he sucks. I'm not saying I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm doing any of that. You know, I'm not really no tattletale, but I feel like he need to know how to chat talking right now. I think we need to let Bud Crawford know how to chat talking. Y'all they talking crazy, but just let him know. When I get Bud Crawford up here, y'all. When I get Bud Crawford up here, I'm gonna just let him know it wasn't me, it was y'all. You know, y'all on y'all own. I'm just letting you know. Nah, let me stop joking, man. I'm just joking, y'all. Y'all smash the like button. We gonna keep building, man. Technique was good with it. They would have had to think. I don't like them. Yeah, you crazy. Lisa, peace to the queen. How you feeling today? J.A. Dix, and my guy was good, Jay. He said, was Canelo playing possum? It could have been a possibility that he was just making it to the next fight too. And that's what people were saying. When you schedule that next fight like that, you know, people got a tendency to think, you know, that you you ain't trying to appreciate you. Thank you. Who was that? My guy Zoomverse. Appreciate you, Zoom. Anybody coming in here talking crazy over here, you getting blocked. You did. Camera, come on for a second. I ain't just a talking head. I'm back here. I see the comments. Appreciate you. So beat it. This ain't the channel for you, Sonny boy. You get me. Now let's get back to it though. So like I said, man, the real picture though is Bud Crawford putting hands on Canelo Alvarez in September. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget we got a pretty like, you know, it's a legendary face-off. Think about it. This was a fight that people said wasn't going to happen. Shout out to Fresh Baker. This was a fight they were saying wasn't going to happen. Remember? They was like, nah, Bud ain't going to fight him. They just doing this and that. And this fight really ain't going to happen. Now it looked like a real thing. He done fought William Skull. You done seen the face-off. You done heard him say September 12th. You know what I mean? He done threw a date out there. That's the real story, man. But I get it, man. He gonna take some heat for the hand holding. Drew Division was good, bro. But it's not that big a deal. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's that big a deal. It's not, bro. The real focus though is what he there to do, what he was in the ring to do, and it wasn't the whole hands. He in there, he preparing so he could put hands all over Canelo Alvarez, and I'm gonna enjoy seeing him do it. And I think after what we seen from Canelo, on Saturday, I think it's over with. I think it's over with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, say me and my man hold hands all the time. I don't see an issue. Reef food, man. Big Drew, he tried to fight Skull. I mean, shout out to Rude Exposure. Shout out to my dog Cornelius too, man. What's good with it, bro? Rude saying, don't unblock them. Somebody did that when I got to jump out of here. Nah, he got to go. So once you come in here, like, I'm too cool to be letting any disrespect slide. You come in here talking crazy, you getting a boot. It ain't that deep. You getting up out of here. So if they weren't holding hands, it was the way they was holding hands. It was the Jill Scott long one. It was just for a couple seconds, man. You get me? It was for a couple seconds. Canelo was looking with the belts. Canelo would have been holding hands. He just had the belts. You know what I'm saying? He was about, hey, man, could it be that he was about to raise their hands? Like, yo, this the fight I'm giving y'all next. He was going to take both champions and raise their hands up like, yo, look, this is the fight. You know what I'm saying? But y'all crazy, man. Y'all petty, man. Y'all petty. Y'all ain't nothing, man. Y'all ain't nothing. Y'all know Bud ain't no nothing like that, man. Bud a businessman. That's why he in that ring. And he was in there he was there for business. Don't forget that. He was scouting Canelo out. Canelo looked like some stir fry, you know what? He looked very pedestrian in there. It could have been because he was being lazy, though. He could have been being lazy. You get what I'm saying? Could have been being lazy. His approach could have been lazy, and because of it, you get what I'm saying? Because of it, he didn't look good. He had a flat performance, but nah, man, I don't even think it was him thinking about the next fight. I mean, that could have been in the back of his mind because that is a big lucrative opportunity, but he really didn't take no risks. You get what I'm saying? LaMarcus was good with it. We know if this was any other these other fighters, we'd be tearing them down. So he did take very limited risks in the fight. He definitely did. Very limited. Very limited. And I just think if you really look at the last few fights of his, they've been going very similar. He ain't been you get me? He ain't been looking like a guy that's really willing to push it into third gear no more, right? He get it to about second and he cool. And he just coasts. Like, and by that time, he already got you tamed, so he ain't really got nothing to worry about, right? He just boxed his way to a victory. And think about it. They made a whole belt. They made a whole belt just for him and put his face on it. It was no way he was losing that fight unless he would have got knocked out. The only way Canelo could have lost that fight, he would have had to get stopped. There was no scenario where they was giving William Skull that fight. No scenario whatsoever. You didn't. None. They wasn't giving it to him. Wonder going to be on the undercard. Tio trying to get on the undercard. We're going to talk about that too. Canelo look like, damn, cement Air Force Ones. Rock stupid. He said cement Air Force Ones. Randall, what's good? He said, you going to give me 50 M's? Hell, what the people say. Yeah, man. Shout out to LaMarcus, seen the unseen boxing, man. What it do? And Bud is the king of one fight for 3 belts. I'm telling you, going to snatch them joints right up. In 0.5 seconds, this is ready to call Buzz Esty. I'm telling you, they're ready to write them all. Shout out to my dog, Opulent LDTV. Peace, Brody. How you feeling, man? Yeah, that was crazy. Not without a K. Yeah, you get me? He wasn't getting up out of there. Opulent. He would have had to knock Nello out. And they knew that was no way in hell he was doing that. So he never would have been in a position to win. Maybe he don't know what it's like fighting Canelo, but he definitely can't do that. So, but at the same token, like Canelo, I said it. That's that silk pajama syndrome, bro. When you're rich as hell, like somebody say, I hear this dude got a $50 million boat, a $50 million boat. He living in a whole different type of way right now. Canelo is unbothered, bro. Bro, a little playboy on the low. I'm trying to tell y'all, Canelo don't be caring, bro. He bag chasing right now. He a player. He using the rest of these years of boxing to milk it. He milking. He running that bag up. Telling you, he said he got about 3 to 5 more left too. Of course, he didn't want Roach Tank to fight again because he things up. Things that Turkey blocking the fight. That's interesting, Teach. I don't think it had nothing to do with it though. I don't think it would have nothing to do with it. Because think about it, on one end, Teach, they'll tell you that, you know, Turkey don't like Shakur, and that's why he a co-main event and not a main event. But then on the other end, you telling me he willing to block a fight for him? Got to make it make sense. So if we gonna say that that's what he doing, and you know, in relation to what Shakur said in the Breakfast Club interview, right? Then that would mean he actually do like him, then, right? So it's like that's why I say when it's all said and done, if I sat here and wrote down all these narratives, yo, it's a ton of them, bro. Shout out to Seen the Unseen. How you feeling, bro? Play hasn't looked energized. Nope. And not even then, bro. He looked like Charlo. He knew he had a guy that was handicapped severely. He knew he had a severely handicapped guy with Charlo. So he didn't do nothing super special in there either. Because truth be told, should have been able to put it on him. Like he could have put more on him. He just don't get out of second gear no more. He don't really rev up and try to get you. Know what I mean? Go look at Canelo, the younger version of Canelo, some years ago. His punch output, how he used to fight. He definitely dialed it back some. And I ain't gonna say he was some damn buzzsaw at one point, but he definitely threw more punches than he do now. You know what I'm saying? Surprised seeing Ray Savage, and of course, his Skull was winning. Not me. Shit. It was some of the people thought he got robbed, Cap. Some of the people thought Skull got robbed, believe it or not. They were saying, I seen videos saying Skull got robbed because of that. And I think people was just annoyed that Canelo's approach seemed very lazy. He just didn't seem like he gave a damn, right? About really trying to do anything different to make the fight entertaining. So it just ended up being a dud. It was a dud, you know what I mean? It ended up being a dud, and that's just what it was. 2 cents boxing. Peace to the queen. How you feeling? Yeah, you get me? So that's how I see it, Teach, as far as that go, right? Because you get me? Like, they don't like him. This is why he's the co-main event, not a main event. But then he's going to turn around and be like, oh, you know what? Because you said that in the interview, you know what? I got you. Let me block this fight. You get me? Shit, man. And I don't know. Maybe it's stuff I don't know. Like I said, if anybody in here got some information that y'all feel like I might be missing, come build with your boy. Come have a conversation. You know what I mean? But I don't do no arguing, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't do none of that. But we'll talk about it, though. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about it. Ramon, my guy, what it do, homie? Jersey in the building. GM, what it do? Go tell KO Teach. Oh, shit. Whoever believes Turki's trying to block the rematch is loco. I told you I got it sent to me 3-4 times. That's why I addressed it. That was the first thing I addressed because I just only was able to bring y'all what I had. Melanin Queen, peace. How you feeling? Good to see you as always. Roelly versus Boots. Roelly versus Devin. We're going to talk about that in a second, too. Skull Island. And the commentary said, enough of the moral victories. Yeah, you got to shank Canelo to get around. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, you got to draw blood, bro. I'm telling you. And think about that just so I can add context to what you're saying or like give life to it behind the hands. William Skull at a certain point outlanded Canelo in punches. He was outlanding him. And they said, you got to stop with the moral victories. Enough of the moral victories is what they said. How is it a moral victory if he clearly, he done landed more punches? It just didn't make a lot of sense, bro. Thomas Hill, shout out to the mayor, man. Oh no, he said it has a video on it. Oh shit. I ain't watch it. I haven't watched it. I want to hear no crime. They've been saying PBC killing the game. That's my thing is Dank. Shout out to Dank. I just don't think he got that type of power to stop nothing they got going on. I don't think so. That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong as hell. Let me put that out there. But my personal opinion, he ain't about to stop them from doing what they doing. I mean, yeah, people, money can get you some things, but man, like I said, man, some shit just ain't realistic, and I don't think the likelihood of him stopping this fight is something that's gonna happen. It ain't, and I would never rock with him if he did ever. Like it would be nothing good for me to say about it. All I need to know is you don't really want to see the best fight in the best, or you don't want to see good fights. In this instance, it turned out to be a better fight or a different kind of outcome than what people expected. So the rematch is deserved. So if anybody's getting in the way of that, that's bad for boxing. I can't support that. Let them two men go out there and get they grudge match on and run it back and may the best man win. Let them do their thing. But I just don't think I just overall people don't like Turki Alashikh, and they not never gonna like him. And he gives people like reasons to believe, you know what I mean, or not trust him, right? With his approach to things, some of the stuff he say out his mouth, and it's just the overall energy and attitude of that guy. So like you never going, I get it to a certain degree, but We just gonna see. I think time will tell all things, and at the end of the day, man, I think we're gonna get that rematch. You know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna win the rematch. Y'all, man, bro. I be trying my best to explain. Man, shout out to everybody. Y'all smash that like button, man. Shout out to T Hill with a dude. Said landing more punches does not win you a pro fight. I don't think I said that though. I think what I was saying was at the time of William Skull was outlanding Canelo, and they said enough of the moral victories. That made no sense. What moral victory? If the guy has landed more punches at the time, you got to give him credit for that. The same way they would have gave Canelo credit had he landed more punches at the time. I ain't say nothing about the end of the fight or winning the fight. I just said at that particular point, they mentioned stop enough of the moral victories. How is it a moral victory if the guy is clearly working and outlanding more punches at the time? Not about the end of the fight. I never even spoke on that part. Let's keep going though, man. Smash. They're like, and we gonna keep going. So yeah, man. Look, I read to y'all what the information I had. It is what it is. I think we could move past it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna spend too much time on it unless somebody else want to come up here and I don't think he got robbed. I don't think he got robbed, but people did throw it out there. But I don't think he got robbed. You can't. It's not a robbery. He didn't even try to win for real. You get me? You can't. He robbed himself. Yeah, he got robbed. He robbed himself. He didn't try to win that fight. So you're not gonna hear me be an advocate for him winning. He didn't put himself in position the right way. You get what I'm saying? But he made Canelo look pretty bad, though. I'll tell you that. They managed to make each other look regular. You get what I'm saying? Regular. But we gonna keep going, man. We gotta get to this. We gotta get to this DANZA interview from Roelly, man. He was doing a lot of talking in that. He revealed some things. Yeah, them announcers. Yeah, they was. You can tell. You can tell who they wanted to win. Hey, GM, you can tell they wanted him to win because they had a belt made specifically for him with his name, with his face on it. There was no way he was losing the fight unless he would have got knocked out cold. You get what I'm saying? He'd have had to get knocked out cold to lose the fight. You know what? Not even, Tay. He ain't have half the offense that Lara had. Lara was putting them pieces on Canelo. Lara was piecing Canelo up. He was knocking his head back, making a miss, punching in the air. Lara was putting them paws and beats by Dre on him a little bit. He was touching Canelo up. He had him frustrated. And if you ever remember, go look at the face, Canelo's face right after he fought Floyd, and go look at his face. And when I say face, his facial expression. Go look at his facial expression and his body language and demeanor after the Floyd fight and after the Lara fight. It's almost, identical. It's like he knew he lost that fight to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, he looked like he Asian, bro. Shout out to the box story, man. What's good with it? Yeah, I thought Lara beat him. I thought Lara should have got the nod against Canelo. I really do. I do. People might think I'm crazy, but I definitely think he should have got the nod. I definitely do. All right, let's get to this, y'all. Let's get to this, man. I got y'all. I held y'all here long enough. Big Rolo is doing big things, man. You know what I'm saying? Mr. 3 division champion, Big Rolo. Y'all know the name. Roelly out here flexing on y'all. You know what I'm saying? He out here spilling the beans. Canelo looks so bad. How much credit does Crawford really get? All of it. Because, he looked bad because he lazy. You get me? He looked bad because he lazy. You know what I'm saying? He's still Canelo. He still ain't lose. You get me? But that lazy shit might not work with Crawford. I think he's going to have to work harder than that. But I would still give him credit. Tim Layton was good with it, bro. Because it's still a hell of a feat if he's able to jump up to 68 and dethrone that man. And after seeing the way he let Skull just box around or move around, and I get it, he wasn't trying, but Canelo could have did more to cut the ring off. And he was very complacent in his approach. He was like, oh, all right, cool. So he ain't going to sit still. So I ain't going to try hard to try to catch him. Throwing one punch at a time, like the effort just was poor to me for him to be that kind of fighter. And you should have understood that nobody's trying to give you a win, dude. Like he don't even want to work for his wins no more. So I think that kind of mentality could hurt him going into a Crawford fight. I really do. Saying he's the best. Hey, go to Mass. What's good with it, fam? I'm telling you. But let's get to Big Rolo, man. Big Rolo was talking his talk. We gonna listen to some of this, man. You know he know it's a big deal if he done got some he done got an interview, man. Roelly done got people to interview him, man. He getting interviews now, man. He a big deal. He a big deal out here in these streets, man. Let me play this though, cause he had revealed some things about him and Devin Haney a while back about them allegedly setting up a fight, and he had said how, you know, Devin wanted 8 million and he was gonna get 100K or something to that effect. So, you know what I mean? Roelly only got one real belt. Yeah, nah. Don't hate on him, Cut. He a 3-division champion, Cut Create. Don't spoil his dreams. He got a belt in every weight class. Wait till you hear how you talking, man. Big Rolo ain't try to hear nothing, y'all.
And being an honest individual.
Right, yeah. We're going to listen to this. Y'all bear with me. Smash that like button. Sub to the channel. Support the grind. We're going to keep building.
You just met. We got Roelly Romero here, by the way. Yay. This is the DANZA project. Got my guy Kato in the building. So the most important thing is being honest. And with being honest, I lost some money on you. I thought you were going to lose. Bum, bum, bum. Fuck you. That'd be hard. Yeah. But motherfucker, bro, I'm telling you, it was only $50 though. I refused to bet more than that. It was just a friendly bet.
So it was like even money?
Huh?
It was like even money, like 50-50?
No, I just bet my boy.
B-Dog,
for like
my
$50
God.
for $50?
It was good, bro.
Nothing.
I mean, at least it was
You heard of Aisha? A few. Hey, Roelly, shout out.
you know.
Yeah, I wasn't.
That man is crazy.
I
like to see him winning. I'm giving him his just due today. We giving Roelly his just due.
He's like, oh, it sounds like you in love with me. I really didn't know that motherfucker more than he knows his damn self.
So the thing for me, looking at that fight and even coming up to the fight.
Hey, real quick, AGM, he bogus for that. I tried to AGM. I tried to help him out in the comments. The show over, I'm still trying to help him out in the comments. B-Dog, what's good, bro?
It's just that Ryan always gave us these big fights, these big moments, right? That you thought that he was going to really show up after everything that occurred for him. Like that was supposed to be in my mind, and a lot of the viewers, right? We thought that he was about to show us something that we never seen before. Like he was really going to go all out to prove a point. Based off everything that happened with Haney, he's going to come out there and show this greatness. And
yeah, but then he's fighting me.
Yeah.
He's not fighting some dude that has no damn power that doesn't know him really well. Because people want to say, oh, it was the power that really got him. No, I completely neutralized him completely. I took away his best weapon away from him. And literally, the one time he threw a hook,
right,
he got dropped. And what was he gonna throw? Right hand? He's gonna throw right hand.
That was it for the rest.
But and then like he couldn't use the speed for on me because I'm a lot faster.
Yeah, you do.
I'm more explosive than him. You know. It's just like he really.
Hold on, what is
and what was he gonna throw at me? Right hand? He's gonna throw right hand.
That was it for the rest.
But
yes, he has. That's cap. He threw several right hands against Devin. If you look at the left side of Devin's face, which would have been Ryan's right hand, he landed several of them. He had swelling on that side, so he definitely landed right hands before.
And then like he couldn't use the speed for on me because I'm a lot faster. I'm more explosive than him.
You definitely not a lot faster than him. More explosive. That's a conversation. You ain't faster than Ryan and me.
It's just like he really couldn't do anything, and you know I took away that hook from the very beginning of the fight, and he had no option for it. And like I said, you know, I know him too. I know him too well. But like, you know, people don't want to even give him my credit for, you know, the last few fights. You know, I clearly have been completely weight drained. Where it's like I feel, I look way faster at 147, way more. Ryan's fast as shit. Ain't nobody gonna say Ryan's not one of the fastest fighters, and I look way faster at 47, way more explosive, way more durable, way more like agile. You know,
you look great.
I look like a natural 47, and like, bro, I've been trying to move up since before I fought Tank. I was trying to move to 40 before I fought Tank, and now I was like, man, fuck you in 40, bro. I was gonna move to 47 to go fight Spence, but and then the Tank fight happened, and then so it was like that had happened. But I was calling out Spence all that right after they fought Ugas. I think they fought they fought in April. They fought in April of 2022, right? I mean 2021, 2022. I fought Tank May, but after I saw Ugas, I'm like, man, I'm gonna fight Spence, man. Screw this, I'm not even gonna go to 40. I end up getting a world title shot at 40, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna become world champion, and my opponent changed on on 2 weeks notice to a completely different dude who punches harder than anyone I've ever been in the ring in my life, and to this day I still haven't been hit that hard. And I still, I pulled off the victory, I would have left it for like another 30 seconds so we got knocked out cold, but that happens. And then, like I said, but at that moment, I should have been at 47 already.
Yeah.
Nah, you got saved by Big Watch Barroso. Don't do that. You wasn't gonna knock shit out cold. If you ain't get help by the referee, your ass was cooked.
Well, weight cut for a long time.
Yeah, bro. And I've been completely drained. And like I said, I'm gonna tell you like this. You think Pitbull Cruz is a better fighter than fucking Ryan? Not even fucking close. It's Ryan, bro. Ryo be fucking Pitbull, man. It's just like I said. I mean, clearly something looked wrong with me in that fight, and you
taught us about that. So the first time you were here, you told us what you experienced through your weight train, from even like reaching up and touching events because you felt like they were fucking with you.
Yeah, bro, dude. From me, and that was, I mean, my most massive fucking weight train was 35 when I fought Tank, but still, even 40 was like, bro. When I fought Jaime's, bro. I'm like literally like, bro, I have no power. What the hell's going on, bro? I felt stiff. I felt slow. It was like, I just felt like everything was off, man. I'm like, and there's a dude who, I mean, I beat the shit out of him. I felt tired. I was having a hard time even breathing, right? Which I never get tired in a fight. I've never been tired in a fight, bro. When I fought Ryan, bro, I thought I would fight another fucking another 10 rounds if I wanted to.
And you just so for the people that are watching today, this is fresh off the fight. You know what I mean? This is Monday afternoon. And this guy looks like he hasn't even gotten into a fight.
My face was like perfectly fine. Nothing happened to me. And so
because Ryan, you neutralized Ryan early. You landed that double left hook in that second round, and you kind of tamed his ass, and he just wasn't the same fighter. And you just casually, surprisingly, interestingly enough, boxed yourself to a victory. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff.
I'm telling you, man, them weight cuts been killing me, but it's good. I'm finally at 147. I have a belt. I honestly there's so many mega fights that I can make at this division. I called this shit years ago. Me and Ryan weren't gonna fight at 35. We're at 40. I said that shit, and we ended up fighting at 47. And it was the largest attended event in boxing history. And I went in as a major underdog, knowing that I'm going to beat the living shit out of him. That wasn't even going to be close.
You completely neutralized him. It looked like you wouldn't even, you just kept jabbing. And I could see it because after I missed the first knockdown, I was literally I
tell you what, he could say that all you want. It's easy to say that now. Ain't nobody think he was going out there to do that to Ryan, but it's easy to say it now. I mean, he did it, so he could tell he's going to be able to talk his stuff for a while, but the most surprising thing I think about the fight in its entirety for me was the level of patience that Roelly showed. He was consistently patient, and that's something that he's not. He's normally not that. He's just a more reckless guy. But I think maybe the knockouts, or him getting stopped, them losses might have kind of tapered him down a bit. And it looked like it helped him. It definitely helped him in the Ryan fight, right? Because like I say, he was very patient. He was stabbing to the body. He was economical with his punches too, and he looked like he threw more punches than that. But he just fought a smart, patient fight, and I like it. You know what I mean? I just didn't anticipate him fighting that way. So he definitely fought his ass off. You know what I mean? But he making it sound like he knew it was gonna be easy. He ain't know that. He ain't know that. He ain't know that. Southpaw Killer, what's good with it, man? I can't find any Ryan fans at all. Yeah, you know they're gonna hide for a little while, man. Roelly is getting his flowers.
Hurry up and get to my B&B.
I'm giving him his flowers.
Missed the first knockdown. My boy calls me like, I told you he was gonna do this. I said it was gonna be because he sent me a text message. I just missed it. He's like, how much would you pay me if Roelly knocks him out in the first couple rounds? And I missed the message, but he was like, because I'm guaranteeing you he's gonna knock him down in the first. I'm like, and he called me. He's like, I told you if you would have took the, and I was like, I didn't even see the bet, but I wasn't gonna take that bet. You know what I mean? I'm cool with my $50. You know what I mean? I stopped gambling a long time ago. Leave me alone.
I'm telling you, man, even with him, right? You know, the only reason he didn't get knocked out cold is because at that point, like, he just, you know, the hardest fighters are the ones that don't want to get knocked out.
Damon
to knock out, you know? It's like, because you got to take risk with them. And, like, at the end of it, you know, he's still a puncher. You know, you don't want to overcommit, especially, you know, he's very
Bean
fast,
was good, bro.
know? But, you know, it's like like I said, at that point, like I took away his whole will. Like he knew that it's like, and there's a few, you know, he tried for that third round and he realized there was no way he was going to beat me. Because he still, in the third round, he still tried to continue, you know? Yeah. He still tried to like press the action, but after that point, like he realized there was nothing. I could tell, like the body language just gave up.
That was the thing, though.
You see that? It's something he said there that's interesting, right? You heard him break that down about how he didn't want to overcommit. You see what I'm saying? That's awareness right there. It's little things like that I think also just helped him get the win. I think he checked his chin early, like I've always been saying, but ultimately it seemed like he learned a little bit. What did he do against Tank? He overcommitted and he got knocked out. So you get what I'm saying? It was good. It's good to hear him be aware of making mistakes and understanding, yeah, I did drop him, but he's still fresh. He don't look real hurt. So he was careful about it. Yeah, he definitely did. It looked like it took everything out of him. Aisha, like shock value, like he really didn't expect it to happen, and it did. Boom. He's like, oh, shot. Just like he was like shell shocked from it. And to me, he just never got back into the fight. You know what I'm saying? I think that made him cautious because, again, somebody catch you that early, you like, man, I can't make that mistake again. I don't think he was willing to do it because he probably would end up getting knocked out.
You didn't just beat him.
I humiliated him.
But you used discipline, too. That's what a lot of people were saying. They said, Roelly didn't drop that right the whole fucking time. He was just kind of waiting and showing him that he wouldn't get it. Like, it's not here for you, big dog. Find something else. Nope. It's like he didn't have a right hand. It was kind of wild.
Mm-hmm.
No, and he knew better than to throw a right hand, too, because, I mean, he just shouldn't. He threw one right hand, and, like, he knew that it was never going to land.
Were you able to rewatch the fight?
Yeah, I watched it on the plane over here.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see his corner? And then
they were mad. They were mad.
Yeah, they're like, yo, bro, what's going on?
Turkey went to him in the corner and was like, what the fuck are you doing? You need to, like, throw some punches, all this stuff, right? But you can, bro. And, like, people don't give me enough credit. And, like, I will tell you this, though. Ryan beats Devin again. Hands down. Ryan is going to go on a fucking winning streak. Now, you could just tell Ryan's going to go to on a fucking winning streak now. And you're going to see he's going to be... Because Ryan is a tremendous fighter. Mm-hmm. They can say whatever the fuck they want. He's a tremendous fighter. It's just... Like I said, like, I just know him. I know him very well.
Now,
right
before you, we had Devin Haney.
And real quick, I just want to, y'all know how I do. Stop it as we go along, just to avoid any issues to playing this. But he feels like that Devin Haney will lose again to Ryan. I mean, it's easy to say that. I know this one thing about fighters, and it's expected when they beat a guy. It's crazy how they're able to give them all the credit in the world because they beat him. So they want that guy to be looked at as some killer because they want the credit for beating a guy that was really, really good. But I've heard him say a number of different things about Ryan, and he's singing a much different tune today, more than likely because he beat him. Because I'm willing to bet you he wouldn't be able to talk this way about him and this good about him had he even lost the fight. He probably wouldn't talk this good about Ryan. So I see what he's doing a little bit there. I peeped the play, Roelly, but the only way Ryan goes on a win streak, in my opinion, if he's, being match made the right way. Other than that, if if he's talking about entertaining the kind of fights that he's been talking about, like he mentioned Conor Ben, stuff like that, I think he's gonna get cooked by Conor Ben. That's what I think. I think the only way he can win is if he knock him out. And after seeing him get disarmed like that by Roelly, I'm not too sure that he can even, like, I don't know. I feel like that guy can neutralize you. I feel like somebody else can. Like, I've seen it done before, right? And I've seen it done more than one occasion. Now we've seen it done by Roelly. So it's like, Ryan, you got some proof. You got to prove yourself again, bro. You talk crazy. Because the same way Devin said he was a C-level fighter and people said they killed him for it. Now, Ryan, you was talking all that crazy stuff. Oh, I'm going to beat Roelly this. And if I don't beat Roelly, I got to go with Diddy. Remember, he said that. You know what I'm saying? I got to go to jail with Diddy if I don't beat Roelly. So I guess is Ryan going to jail with Diddy now? Richard, what's good with it, homie? Kind of like how people talking up Patley. I don't know if they talking him up, though, but it's like you got to give him some credit. He bounced back off of TKO loss with a knockout, but I don't really hear too many people talking him up. He's still an electrician to the folk.
No, right before we had to have a Haney fight in New York, right? He was the fight right prior to you.
Did he fight? Didn't he just run?
So in my opinion, right, a lot of people criticize that fighting style. We saw the Canelo fight as well, where it looked like he wasn't cutting off the ring. Do you feel like it's the other?
Those were two horrible. Like, I'm gonna tell you, like, I couldn't even watch the Devin fight, bro. I was warming up in back. I didn't want to fall asleep on the way to the ring.
It was bad. I saw a version of the clip that they sped it up 2x speed, and it was just him walking backwards.
Yeah.
It was like,
yeah, man, that the nasty word. They say he threw 18 punches around, but you know what? Most people be forgetting to mention that he did win, bro. He
was preparing.
He did win.
I thought he was just sizing the guy up, doing what he had to do, coming out with a victory, and waiting on the explosive mega fight, which was going to be the guy that you ended up beating up.
Right.
See the problem?
Right. You see how a lot of people feel like that. Like he was conserving himself to get to that next fight and try to be fair. Maybe Canelo did a bit of that too. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like, man, I got a bigger fight than this. This dude he not gonna win moving like this. And he didn't try as hard as he could. You know what I mean? So you don't know. But he didn't run, but he landed less punches than Haney. It's interesting, ain't it?
These guys, the thing is, they don't have a will to win because, or at least to win decisively like that, because the thing is, they already have fights lined up after that. And that's the thing, when you're overpaying fighters and telling them, like, no matter what happens, whether you win or lose, you're going to still fight and all that stuff, you just took away their whole will to, like, even, like, they're like, okay, well, I'm not going to fucking be greedy. These guys, they're doing it for a check. These people, they all fight. Canelo is included in this now, too. They're all fighting for the next check. They're not fighting to be champion. They're not fighting to win. They're fighting for the next check. And it's fucking disgusting, and it's destroying the damn sport. Because in the UFC, if you're not fighting to win, Dana White cuts your fucking ass out. He says, you ain't not fucking fighting on this damn shit. He'll give you one chance. But still, it's like, bro, if you ain't fighting to win, Dana don't fuck with that shit, does he?
Nah.
These motherfuckers, they get hit a little too hard, and they lose their whole fucking will to win, and then that's that.
So you don't think...
Yeah, man. I mean, he making some points there. I mean, it did look like Ryan got hit, and his will kind of, you know what I mean, fell by the wayside. I don't know if all guys are like, I don't know. I don't want to put it on them and say for 100% certainty that they preserving wins, but the thought process out there is this is why you don't schedule fights ahead of time, because people are already looking ahead, and it's a double-edged sword, because on one end, yeah, you could have put up a flat performance, boring, and won. And on the other end, you could have been thinking about the next fight ahead and lost. Like, we've seen that happen too. So, I mean, for me, I'll lean toward it as it pertains to Devin. I'll lean toward that. He was trying to get out of there with a win, and that's what he did. And I think after going through what he's been through, and the scrutiny, the criticism, the doubt, all the different things that you had, all the different questions that you had for yourself, you found a way to answer them questions to, you know what I mean, to your satisfaction at least. Now, I don't think he's super happy with the performance, but I think he's glad to be back on the winning side of things. I think he's glad to not have been knocked down and hit repeatedly with left hooks. And I think just looking at it in a real way, he can just build off that performance. Like I've always said this, a lot of times, like when these fighters lose, they feel like it's this pressure to convince the fans that when they come back, they're going to be 2 and 3 times as better. They don't have to do that. The only thing, especially if you coming off a fight that didn't go your way, if you, Devin, you don't got to set the bar unrealistically high for yourself and say 2 or 3 times better. You can just say, I'm going to be better than the last time y'all seen me in the ring. It don't matter who don't like it, because that's exactly what he was. You could say that he wasn't all the way himself and, it wasn't exciting all you want, but he won. He did. The last fight didn't go his way. He made sure that this one did. So there's positives to take away from it, as well as some critiques. You can critique what you've seen, but still got to get a man credit for getting back in there, trying to shake that shit off, man. You get what I'm saying? People said he'd never be the same and never return. So he did do half of that. And let's see what the next fight going to look like for him. That's what I keep saying. Shout out to Son of God. What's good with it, bro? If you ain't engage and start taking points, they can tell you to do the same thing, disqualify him.
That Devin Haney could possibly go in there and defeat Garcia at all?
Ryan's gonna hit him, and he's gonna crack him, and he's gonna win.
Do you think the Ostarine had any effect on the prior fight?
Okay, let's talk about the Ostarine, right?
Yeah,
let's talk about that shit, right? One,
let's hear what you
steroids don't
said.
make you punch harder, and steroids.
He says steroids don't make you punch harder. That's BS. Maybe the Ostarine didn't, but that you gonna have a hard time convincing people that shit ain't have no effect on it.
It also don't make this motherfucker not keep his hands up.
That's true.
So if Ostarine was really a fucking factor in the damn fight, then he would have kept his hands up at least, right? He didn't even do that. He got hit with clean punches. That was the factor in the fight.
Yeah.
And Ryan did come in overweight. That was probably another big factor in the fight. That was probably the biggest factor. But it doesn't matter if you come in overweight or on drugs or any of this shit, right? If they don't hit you, it don't matter. So yeah, they can say whatever they want. Ostarine don't make you punch harder. It doesn't make you a better boxer.
Don't make you a better boxer.
Maybe you're
true.
a little bit more conditioned.
No, that boy had terrible conditions.
You're a little bit more. You lose a little bit more fat, and you're able to train a bit more.
Nah,
but it doesn't make you a better boxer.
Do you feel like if you were in those shoes and Haney's shoes and that happened, do you take the fight knowing that he comes in so much overweight?
Bro, I'm gonna tell you like this: you come in for. You want my honest answer?
Yeah.
When I fought Edgar, right, he came in 6 pounds overweight. I still fought him.
Mm-hmm.
I beat the living shit out of him. When I fought, my fight before that, I was supposed to defend my belt the first time with Justin Poldo, right? It was during COVID. We all had backup opponents in case something happened, And Justin Poldo comes in at 138.2 pounds, and I'm at 135. I'm like, okay, well, here, just lose some weight and we'll make it happen. Whatever, you pay a little bit of money, right? He comes in from 138.2, 139.2. So he actually went up in weight. I'm like, fuck you, you pussy motherfucker. I'll fight you anyway. Pulls out the fight. But I would have fought that dude. And then I ended up fighting Edgar Sparrow, who was 2 pounds more than me, So it's like, I fought people that weighed more than me, and it wasn't. And there's a few more fights like that I have fought where these guys came in overweight. It's normal. It happens, man.
Yeah. But when you talk about weight draining and going to, let me ask you this in another way, right? Gervonta Davis, you think he takes a fight if you came in 3 pounds overweight?
Fuck no, not even close. He ain't taking no fight with nobody coming in over like that, especially not a puncher.
A lot of people criticize me because
shit, I don't know, man. Some people move different, man. I think especially with the way Tank move, he not gonna be tricked out of his position in that way. That's just not gonna happen. So a lot of some of these moves that these guys be making because they don't really have no choice. He ain't gotta fight you. You go come in overweight like that. That's not something that you have to do. And you got to think when people fight him, that's a title fight. You would want to make weight because you want to at least have an opportunity to be able to win that title. So that'd be pretty damn dumb to come in overweight anyway.
Lately, what I've been saying is my top 3 lightweights are now Shakur, Keyshawn, and Lamont. And they don't realize what I've been saying this whole time is I'm going based off of the conversation.
No, man. Don't get me, bro. Tank is a fucking spectacular fighter, and he beats every single one of those people. Tank with Lamont, yeah, Lamont did a great fight. He was disciplined. He didn't, but also that wasn't Tank. That's not how Tank usually fights. He wasn't really training for that fight, and I know he wasn't really training. I'm not gonna take anything away from Lamont. Lamont's a tremendous fighter, And
but you taking it from him when you assume that the reason that the fight went that way is because one guy didn't train. When we were told the complete opposite of how hard he was working. So unless you know something we don't know, you are taking from him when you do that.
Figure out what they're gonna do in the rematch because that fucking weird ass knee was weird. But I mean, there was no action in that, so it doesn't really. It's not a knockdown. Like it wasn't like Lamont was like letting off a flurry of punches and he took a knee. Like it was random knee.
Yeah, but does that piss you off? Thinking that because I know if you took the knee, they're going to take that point away from you.
I wouldn't take the knee because I ain't no fucking.
No, I'm saying
because I wasn't wearing makeup and it got in my eye.
So my opinion on Gervonta Davis is this, and I understand he's a phenomenal fighter. I saw him fight 2 people weight drained. Yourself, and I saw Garcia. And I watched those fights.
No. There's a few more.
No, I'm talking about these two that I really paid attention to.
Mario Barrios, weight drained as fuck. Pedraza was weight drained as fuck, but
And Pedraza ain't never say he was weight drained. I mean, people made the argument for Mario Barrios. He didn't use it for himself. I don't know, man. I think at the end of the day, skills paid the bills, bro. Like that man was operating on all cylinders, and he was very confident that he would be able to win that fight. And then all of a sudden, he get beat up, and we make the excuse that he was weight drained. Nah, he got broke. He got his ass broke down. That's what happened.
That was Tank's first title shot, so we're not even count that. And everybody else came.
Pedraza was undefeated and at the top of his game. What the hell are you talking about?
Roelly spoke to you because you tell me like you felt like.
I bet you nobody ain't gonna do no multiple videos about how Roelly just capped. I want to see it.
Your body
I can't
was
wait to see it.
Yeah,
and that when he punched it just felt different. Like it felt like it was breaking something. It didn't feel like you were so weight drained that you just didn't feel like yourself in there. So when after having those types of conversations, when I think about Gervonta Davis, I think. Let me see you fight.
Facts, LaMarcus. Facts.
Wait. Let me ask you this.
He just talking.
Can you name any Shakur opponent other than Oscar Valdez?
I mean, I'm not.
I could see the problem is respect to the DANZA project. They do great work, but I don't know if he considers himself a diehard fan or not. I mean, I could name him, but the funny question is, outside of you fighting Ryan and Tank, people wouldn't be able to name none of your opponents either, at all. None of them.
Couldn't get into that.
No. Can you name a Shakur opponent other than Oscar Valdez? A dude that got his jaw broken in 2018, who's been burnt out and punched from for I don't even know how long.
Nah, that's a lie.
Well, let me ask you this then.
That's a lie. Joel Gonzalez, shit, Nakatila, Yoshino, Artem. You get what I'm saying? Can Stacey I could keep going, bro? You get what I'm saying? Like what we talking about? This guy can't make no argument about no resume. Yeah, the Ryan buy you some time to talk, and that's great performance, man. Because you just surprise people, but you can't talk no resume talk, bro. You can't do that. Talking about one of the more accomplished guys. Like if you go stack their resumes to each other, like that should be a joke. It'd be laughable with his little 16 fights.
You think that Gervonta's opponents are that much stronger?
Way fucking better than Shakur's opponents. I'll tell you, can you name a single Shakur?
He cooking Coral the
Not
low.
right now, no.
Cook my boy.
He
Dude was good, cuz.
Like a fucking grasshopper with Edwin De Los Santos.
Facts. They can't name them fights.
Nobody
Sparrow, Marine. We can, but
he has a
dude,
little bit of pop in
my thing is, dude really wouldn't be able to name his opponents either. So what I'm saying is they'd be in the same boat. You know what I mean? Roelly ain't got no bunch of notable guys. See, we diehards. We watch this shit. So I know them same opponents. I can name a couple more of them for Roelly too, but you know, it's just, I hate that resume talk. It's so subjective and it's weak because when what I notice about the absolute top tier guys, they ain't none of them fought each other. So it don't even matter who resume better. If they ain't fought nobody as good as the guy that you're comparing them to, what we really talking about, right? They all fought people that they was expected to beat. In my line, was any of these guys in the fight they was expected to lose? They all in relatively the same boat. You get what I'm saying? Respect to them all. Hey, what's good with it, bro?
Kerr was jumping around the ring like a grasshopper. He's the most boring fighter in boxing fucking history. He doesn't even try to knock people out.
I like the style though. I like the hit.
That's cat. He just TKO Padley, man. What Roelly talking about? Keys, what's good, bro? PJ tripping, man.
You like his style, bro, dude? He literally just touches men over and over and over again. He likes to touch men. You don't like to hurt men. He likes to touch men.
I think Shakur beats Tank.
To Shakur, for him, boxing is something very intimate that he can do with other men.
Yeah, he weird. He on some weird shit now. He on some weird stuff. Notice they in the same sport, but somehow when it's one guy, it's something intimate. Like, bro, what is Roelly talking about? You can't. How could you be mad at this guy, bro? How could you, yo? This man, he's so. Oh no, I gotta go back, bro. This man's a fool.
Very intimate that he can do with other men.
Shakur's gonna come for you.
Shakur cook Roelly ass, man.
What the hell am I scared of?
Big Rolo, I gotta give him his day, bro. I gotta give Big Rolo his day. He bought him a couple days, a week or two to talk some trash, bro. I rock with it, man. He just talking trash, bro. This shit is entertaining. This not gonna make me discredit him as a fighter. He still is who he is, man. He's a dangerous, unpredictable guy that can crack, and he's coming off the biggest win of his career outside of losing the Tank, right? So respect the Roelly, man. Well played, man. Well played. Yeah, facts. Yeah. You already know, bro. You already know, Dub. You know it. Y'all smash that like button, man. Sub to the channel. Let's keep rocking, man.
Hey, go jump on the other side of the ring.
But I feel like that's also a loss.
With Shakur?
So what was your opinion on Floyd Mayweather?
With Shakur's Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah.
When Floyd was Pretty Boy Floyd and all that stuff, man, he was knocking everybody out.
Yeah,
he was knocking everybody out, bro.
But he also had a lot of moments in his career where people said that he's a runner.
Yeah, that's true.
With who did he run with?
That was the narrative for the end of
nobody. Floyd never ran, but it was a weak ass narrative. Much the same way it is about fighters of today. It's not just one fighter. It's any of these guys that can box and move well. They're gonna be accused of being runners nowadays.
Latter part of his career, that was the narrative. Yeah, he was the runner. He only was the runner, bro.
He was landing shots on all these. He wasn't fucking running.
But Shakur is not. It's not like he's not throwing his hands.
Like that Dwayne De Los Santos fight.
He keep talking about one fight, yo.
So you think Tank just beats Shakur every time?
Dude, Tank fucking hits Shakur one. If he was afraid with Edwin De Los Santos, you think Shakur's not going to be even more scared with Tank? Tank got to touch him one time in a whole 12-round fight, and Shakur's very frail. I mean, I'll tell you like this, man. I mean, he his hands are like literally like. I don't know, maybe because he be tweeting too much, he breaks a nail every once in a while and shit like that. He has to. But even watching that video of him breaking his head, he literally threw like this.
He going in.
Don't tell me that, bro. Dude, they wanted to go hype up this.
Nah, I don't think nobody is comparing Floyd running to these guys. Like, running is running. At the end of the day, the point is simple. Floyd was being accused of a runner. Has it ever been proven that Floyd is a runner? No. Don't matter. It's not about who he was fighting. It's just the fact that was he ever running and was he being accused of it? Yes, he was. Did he ever run in any of these fights? No. And it's the same thing for Shakur. He's a runner. He's a runner. They're going to keep pointing to one fight. If you're a runner, you should be able to point to every fight. You should be able to say he do this shit every single time he get in the ring. You kind of down bad and the argument falls flat if you're trying to base saying somebody is a runner based off one fight, then it's safe to say off the one fight or the couple fights with you getting knocked out, then you just a crash test dummy, right? Then you were no more. You even after those bad losses, you found a way to come back in there and get a win, right? You get what I'm saying? He doing a little too much. You know what I'm saying? He got to really make it make sense though, because I don't like false narratives though. I really don't. You know what I mean? I don't. I hate the whole runner thing. They make that shit make sense. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Nah. Running is running. Like my thing is it's always been a bad narrative. None of these people can explain any of these fighters that they say run, right? Just any of them. I'm not just saying one in particular. It was false with Floyd and it's false now, still to this day. Dudes can't cut the ring off.
An Oscar Valdez.
I don't know.
You just can't. You can't, bro. You just can't. I cannot name a single Shakur opponent.
Oh, good. I think Shakur is nice. I think he's definitely a threat in the lightweight, and I think that until I see Tank fight the people that we want to see him fight,
I will give you this though. Keyshawn Davis is good. Though.
He's a monster.
Yeah, Keyshawn Davis will actually come and try to fucking chop your head off. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Keyshawn Davis doing good, man. I will not talk bad about Keyshawn. Keyshawn doing good.
So how does it feel at the end of the day for you?
And he has a really good size for 135. You know, but for some reason I feel like he's gonna move to 40 soon.
He wants to.
Yeah,
Roelly just talking his talk. He's still a funny dude. I still like Roelly. I like Roelly. I don't care what his personal opinion is. He's a funny dude.
What just happened Friday night was amazing. Okay, you become a champion in 3 different weights. How does it feel?
Champ, 3 division champ.
I feel good.
That shit ain't kick in just yet.
I mean, I feel like it kicked in, but was it a little bit more difficult to kick in after the hotel room situation, the glove situation with Turkey? What's your thoughts on everything that went on? Was it just like your thoughts?
I'll tell you, that hotel room situation, it was a hotel error. It happened.
Okay.
There's a few things, you know. Like I said, I don't want to go even talk about. I just want to enjoy my victory.
What was it like fighting in Times Square outside?
Yeah, this is celebration, man. We got the rest of the month.
I fought outside before, so.
In Times Square though, with the noise and you can hear the crowd, like.
Yeah. It's another fucking day.
Pulling up in a whip though, that was different.
Yeah, that was actually weird. And honestly, that whip, like, you know, it had hella gas, like, you know, like the gas fumes and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were trying to take you out.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Dude, I was gonna get beat up by carbon monoxide.
I was watching it like, I wonder if he could breathe in that old ass car.
But I will tell you this, from the moment where I hop in that car to the time it was just, I just sat down and I was just speaking to God. And I was disinterested in everything else that was around me.
Fire. At what point did you know Ryan, he was done? It's my fight. 3rd round, or?
I know the answer.
Right, Damon. Mm-hmm. You will never say, let's fight. Hold on, y'all. Commercial break. Punch that like button, and we gonna keep going. Yeah, man, I had to give Roelly his credit, man. He surprised some people, man.
First round. First round.
What happened?
But for sure, I mean, after the knockdown, I knew it was done. Like, for the rest of the fight.
Yeah, that confidence.
No, because he still came in confident.
No evidence what to do.
Right. He tried to give it to you 2 more rounds after that, but it was.
Yeah, but you know, he couldn't see me. He just couldn't see me. Wow. He couldn't figure me out.
Yeah.
You looked great at 147. Like you, that looks like that's just you
in the zone.
About damn time, I'm at 147. About damn time.
What was the holdup to get you to 147 then?
So I tried to move up to when I fought Yegi, I asked for the fight at 140 for Tank, and whatever. I had to take the fight at 35. I was the mandatory there, so I was like, bro, I had to take it at 35. So, and he wasn't gonna fight me at 40. There's no way about that. So I took the opportunity. I'm like, bro, I've been calling this dude out for years, and I'm not gonna fucking take the damn fight. Now that it's offered to me.
Respect.
I had to wait a whole year to fight because of all the other bullshit.
Yeah, respect to that.
you know, whatever. And then I moved up to 40. I'm like, it was time to move to 40, you know, and all stuff. Well, I was going to go straight to 47. But I got a world title shot at 140, and I'm like,
You stupid.
I'm gonna become world champion. I'm not gonna decline the title shot.
Some sense, my guy.
So I had the belt, and then boom, and then you know I was injured for a little while after the fight because I got hit in the back, and I go and I had to defend the belt, you know. I mean, and at that point where I was already like completely weight drained, I couldn't even make 40 anymore, you know. And I tried it one more time with Jaime's, and I was like, yeah, no, for sure, I'm going to 47. There's no way around this, man. And I felt more comfortable than ever. And I'll tell you like this, 47 was still a difficult cut. I don't think I ever would have made 40 again.
See, I gotta stop him. It is getting a little annoying. I try to hear the fighters out. I can't tell him how he felt, but I can't help but hear the fact that he's justifying why he lost. Tank, I was drained. 140, I was drained. I wasn't even gonna go to 40. 147 was a tough weight cut. Man, shut up, man. So you literally fighting multiple weight classes below where you're supposed to be at. I don't get that. I don't understand what he's talking about. You get what I'm saying? Then keep saying he justifying the losses, the bad performances, everything you went through is all because you weight drained. See, that's why I be having to stop you, man. You can't do that, man. He didn't look like no weight drain fighter at 40. That's just something he just coming up here saying. Now 47 was a tough cut too. Bro, what? You look perfectly fine at 47. You don't look like you had to kill yourself. And you actually won the fight. You look big as hell at 47. Dude look huge. Maybe it was tough. I don't know. If he's that heavy, bro, because he was. Calvin Ford, I remember Calvin Ford saying he was like 160 plus when he fought Tank. And that was at 35. So if he really was that heavy, then maybe it is. But all that mean you still fighting below where you should be at. That's crazy. And you gonna blame it all on weight cut?
It really looked like you looked
tough.
Bigger, stronger.
I look like a real 147 welterweight. And I actually look like I said, how do I move up in weight and I get faster? No, ask yourself that.
You're not so.
How do I move up in weight and get faster? Most people move up in weight and get slower, right? I move up in weight and go fast, get faster, more explosive, and more strong.
So that's who you are.
Yeah, because that's where I was supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's not because of anything else.
Now, when you rewatch
that, now he's saying he's supposed to be at 47, but then at the same time, you just a few seconds ago, you said it was a tough weight cut. I let people ride, but I could tell when somebody full of shit and they just talking. And that's always been a pet peeve of mine. I call it lying to kick it. And that's what you're doing. You just saying shit that sound good. You just said the weight cut was tough, but then turned around and said this is where you're supposed to be at. That's where you're supposed to be at, the cut ain't gonna be tough. What are you talking about? This guy is. I just had to point that out. I didn't like the way that sound. He just talking.
Like you could hear the announcer saying, basically around round 6, round 7, they're like, all right, the super fight, the super mega fight. Maybe it still happens between Haney and Garcia, and then they actually said it would be a good fight to watch Haney and Romero.
He said, fast as he crying.
I mean, that fight's always gonna be on the table, So I mean,
what do you feel? What do you say to that announcer that says he thinks it'll be a good fight?
I mean, we saw what I did to Ryan. We saw what Ryan did to Devin. So,
and it's crazy. Speaking of the way, it's crazy that I don't even like to call people weight bullies, but you make it seem like Tank was supposed to go up and fight you at 40, but you clearly fighting below where you should be fighting at. And talking about how strong and explosive you are. You didn't get so much faster at 47 or stronger and explosive. I didn't see that. Think you just the same guy. I just felt like your power and stuff carried right up there with you. He's a big, strong kid to me. You get what I'm saying? And he boxed a smart, patient fight. But some of the stuff he's saying is a little, just a little wild.
Styles make fights.
Oh, boy. Ryan is a superior boxer than Devin. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or any of that.
So what's your prediction?
What?
Oh,
Ryan, what?
Ryan is a superior boxer than Devin.
Boxer?
There's no ifs, ands, buts, or any of that.
So what's your prediction? You go in there and you fight Haney. What's your prediction?
Ryan hit him with a left hook. You think I'm not going to hit him with a left hook?
I noticed when you were fighting,
I'm gonna let this rock out a little bit more because he's gonna start talking about this Haney
and that ended
situation.
up being his demise.
Yeah.
Just to kind of close the distance, stay out of range.
Yeah, he was it was hard to hit him a little bit to the body though, because he was like he didn't want to try to like engage. You know, like I said, it's hard to knock out people that don't try to engage.
Right.
Because if he would have been coming forward or trying to engage in the fight, he would have got knocked out. Or he would have got knocked out. Like
I noticed the only people that complain about people engaging with them are the people that don't have footwork and don't know how to cut the ring off. So they only go to is, oh, I'm trying to make it a fight. I'm trying to get the fans a fight. No, you trying to get the fans the only fight that you could give them because you don't got feet and you ain't disciplined enough to box somebody that's going to box and move and not stand right in front of you. That's what kind of fighters some of these dudes are, and they lazy. They miss me with that, oh, I'm trying to be entertaining. No, you just limited, bro. And you need your opponent to be right in your wheelhouse for you to look good. And if they don't do that, you're going to get boxed up, embarrassed, and then you're going to complain like they ran just like the rest of the limited guys with poor footwork and the inability to cut the ring off.
No way around that.
How good did it feel when you knocked him down in the second, though?
Felt good, you know, and I at that moment, at first, I thought it was over the first, like, when I stood the first thing, I thought it was over right there. But like 2 seconds later, I realized, like, nah, dude, this dude, like, he's still going to be there.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I was like, I hit him eventually with the same shot, but he never threw the same shot again. So it was like, okay.
It looked like on the first punch you hit him clean. Looks like the second punch you hit his hand.
It was the first punch I hit him.
Yeah, but when you hit him, even with his hand there, you cleaned his shit right there. Because he went flying. He really went flying. You know what I'm saying? I looked at it and I'm like, damn, I'm about to lose $50.
He was off his feet.
But nonetheless, it was just a great fight. We seen you go in there and dominate. What are your immediate plans after this? Like, what do you want to just chill for?
Yeah, that's funny. Jackson Marinez didn't run from him at all. He boxed him up and got a gift.
And
but I haven't thought that far ahead. I don't care about any of that stuff right now. It's been a long camp, and I just want to like sit down and enjoy myself and spend time with my family and my loved ones.
There you go. Do you feel
dude talking like he won undisputed?
And I'm sure you've already heard him. Well, Ryan isn't focused, or it's because he took a year off. Is that
was he not the most? He was gonna fight in December. Remember, he was gonna go do it next week. So he was training already there. Okay. On top of that, you know, he was the most focused striker we've ever seen. Can you not just tell?
That's what I felt.
Possibly, man. It could be debatable, man. I mean, could you say he possibly was clean and not on the drugs? Yeah, possibly, but focus, that's subjective because we don't know what kind of work he truly put in. And even the way Derek James, like what made him comfortable with saying yeah to him is seeing a piece of an interview and seeing that he felt like his mind was right. I'm not so, he don't look like a guy that killed himself in training camp. He looked like a dude that, you know, got caught pretending, and that shit caught up to him, like not putting in the proper work. You know, nothing about him made me feel like, yeah, he was, you know, even his energy, none of it, like all of it seemed crazy to me. Roelly looked like he was in much better shape than Ryan Garcia did. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know how hard he was working. I don't know what the hell the best version of Ryan looked like, because we would have thought it was against Devin, but to come to find out, that was Osterine. So I don't get it, man. I don't know. I don't know what the best version of him looked like. I really don't. There's always excuses of something wrong. I don't know what the best version of Ryan is. We're gonna see moving forward. I tell you that.
That he was the most focused Ryan Garcia. There's nothing that we can say that he wasn't focused. He wasn't taking this shit serious or any of that stuff. It was a completely different demeanor, and he knows he was focused, and the whole boxing world knows he was focused. He wasn't. He knows he's been in the ring with me. He's not gonna take me lightly. He knows I can punch. Like I said, like they can
see, but did they take him lightly? Because they was using him essentially as a tune-up, though. Because he said it was disrespectful how they overlooked him and how they try to plan ahead. So nah, bro, they looked at you as a tune-up. Like if we being honest, you did your thing. There's no slight to Roelly. But Ryan Garcia is a guy that's considered to have fumbled the bag today and pissed the bed. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't know. They kind of was looking at you as food, and that's where they might have made the mistake. Ryan Garcia probably kind of did overlook you and think he could just get in there and beat you. Thought he was just going to catch you with the left hook and hurt you, and you caught him with yours. Doubled up on it, too. So, that popped in my head. Cool hand loop, because that was a beautiful display. Like getting back up off the canvas and then stopping him to the body. That was great work from Ryan right there. That looked like a damn good version of him. Maybe the guy, the Fonseca Ryan, right? Ain't that the guy he had knocked out Fonseca? Yeah, you know that looked like a pretty focused Ryan. Oh, we both saying it. Shout out to my dog Fonseca, right? That's the guy.
Say whatever he wants, but he's the most focused Ryan Garcia we've ever seen.
And I think that showed, right? For the critics out there, I think it showed when he was in the van crying after. That showed like that. There was a lot of pain in that.
Right.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you like this, right? They want to all talk shit about Ryan Garcia crying in the van after the final and stuff, right? But I'll tell you like this. On the same time, when I went to my van, I sat down and I cried too because, you know, at the end of it, we're human. He's human, I'm human. And it doesn't make you less of a man because you cried or any of that stuff.
True indeed.
The only people that are criticizing the dude for crying.
For Tuna, yeah.
People
for
on
Tuna.
the fucking internet.
You look good,
they don't got the balls to do this shit their damn selves. Like I said, at the end, they will fucking cry too. And they're crying right now miserably because their life is horrible and they wish they could beat him. Or they wish they could beat me.
Nah, I'm trying to let them make it, but I ain't never heard nobody say they wish they could be Roelly. You gotta chill.
So
this wing going to his head, y'all. Roelly said people want to be him now. I done heard it all. Shout out to Big Roller. I'm gonna let him make it. I ain't even saying that. I'm gonna let him make it.
It's an emotional.
Do your thing.
What about the night made you cry?
That, you know, I achieved my dream. I became a 3-time world champion in the biggest ever and the most attended ever boxing event in history.
What?
As a complete underdog, and it's like dream.
What?
I became a 3-time world champion.
Am I?
In the biggest ever and with the most attended ever boxing event in history. As a complete underdog, and it's like
what most attended event in boxing history? Did I miss something, yo? Seriously, I'm not being funny. Did I miss something? Is he talking about Times Square? No, the people couldn't even come. What do you mean most attended? What? I'm confused by that. What do we mean? Hold on, I gotta hear this again.
And with the most attended ever boxing event in history.
No, he dead
as
serious.
A complete underdog, and it's like
yeah, he talking about Times Square.
Existence over and over and over again, and I achieved it, you know, and it's
wow.
That was so overwhelming. Even just thinking about it's overwhelming.
Oh wow. JDM was good, fam. Roelly said he was a part of the biggest boxing event. Yo, what? People gotta stop, yo. Nah, serious. We can't just keep doing that, yo. Nah, man. For like the last 2, 3, 4 events, man, people keep coming out talking about they had the most attended event and all these numbers are sold out. Yeah, I gotta relax, bro. You did your thing, no doubt, bro. But they completely crapped all over that. Like, I think taking the fans out of it kind of hurt the show overall. I think, you know, you needed the fans to be there. You know what I mean? Whatever you say it goes. Okay, I got you.
Ain't no small feat, bro.
We gonna let him make it.
Hello.
Fuck the money. I don't even think about the money when I box. Like I said, it's just I'm at the point in my career where it's like, yeah,
history being made every week. Hey, stupid.
Get better and better and better. And that's what I care about. Just making big fights.
Turkey told him that.
Yeah. You mentioned that
losses don't matter. Losses don't matter because losses
shout out to my baby girl, the queen is in the building.
Portray a certain image, but the best fights all come from people that are willing to take the risk. These guys aren't taking risks. These guys hiding behind a padded record and all that stuff, you know?
You don't think
that undefeated shit, it only matters if you're trying to, how do I say it? None of that undefeated shit matters. It's
3-time champ, Damon.
Trying to portray. Look at this. Damn, Haney's undefeated.
This guy's throwing the shots at Devin Haney all day.
I'm not.
Now, you have that drive, and I remember speaking to you prior about boxing, and
that makes sense, though. I just think, you know, whenever you do something like that, especially in New York in a Times Square event, I thought like the thing that would make it what it was allowing people to really be there and be part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't envision it being like some invite only almost type of situation and the fans be on the outskirts. That was a little crazy, but that do make sense not to put it up there because people would be distracted. There'd be all types of accidents. That makes sense.
What is it that drives you right now? Like what's if it's not, you're not worried about the money, you're not worried about the losses, what is it that's driving you?
Honestly, I mean, I know the answer. I just shouldn't be answering that question.
What?
Because I have my own motives. Truly, why I want to do. And it's a lot bigger than just me. It's a lot bigger than
money.
Anything regarding me, and that's what drives me.
That's dope. I also remember you speaking on how you didn't come into boxing like everybody else, right? It took you took a while, and you were just a good fighter, and that's what got you into boxing. Yeah. So you didn't.
I wasn't even a good fighter. I just went in there. I punched hard. And I had balls, and I just swing at people until I got them out, and that got me far. You know, but it only keeps so far, and I just got better and better and better.
Did that Cruz fight, you losing in that fight, did that give you a little bit more hunger?
No, that fight did nothing to me.
Right.
I wasn't well long before that fight. I battled my own demons before that fight even happened. That whole year was so fucking hard for me. I'll tell you like this, and like this started before the fight. This started probably about December. I fought him in March 30th, the day before Easter, which everyone want to say, "Oh, happy Easter, my motherfucker." Everyone want to say it was Easter. That shit pissing me off because it was Easter, you know. That year,
he ain't like getting trolled about that. He's happy Easter, everybody. Jesus resurrected. He said it was Easter. Goddamn, it pisses me off. Man, he's funny.
And I don't really cry Easter, which everyone want to say, "Oh, happy Easter, my motherfucker." Everyone want to say it was Easter. That shit still pissing me off because it was Easter, you know. That year,
yeah, Roelly, man, he's a character.
And I don't really cry. And prior to that, I definitely never cried, you know. And that year, I cried more than 100 times, randomly.
All right, bro.
Important things, and those things are the.
All right, we're gonna skip through some of this. We're not playing the rest. Y'all smash the like button. Let me play the I got the clip that he was speaking on. Let me get it. This guy, man. Gotta like Roelly though, man. For entertaining, funny guy, man. Funny dude, bro. It's a funny guy. Big Rolo the Dawn, man. Let me see something really quick. All right. I think this is it.
It's not like any like I said, Gervonta is a tremendous fighter and all stuff, but he still hasn't got put to the point where he's.
Hold on, y'all. That ain't what I want to try to hear. That ain't what I want to try to hear. Big Rolo said that Devin Haney has sent him a contract to fight, and he he was gonna make 8 million versus him making 1 or something. I mean, 100K or something. Hold on, right here.
That's why there's these fights not being made because everybody talk. Even Devin, right? When I had the belt, when I had the championship at 35, right? He literally called. He tried to make the fight with me and him, right? He wanted $8 million and me get 100K.
Mm-hmm.
So, I called out Roelly. I sent him a contract. Did he really send me a contract? Does that sound like? Oh, by the way, and I sell way more tickets than you.
Mm-hmm.
Does that really sound like you want to fight?
Sound like you don't want that fight.
That sounds like, right, Nick, you never even made that money. You've never made that money before. You're gonna tell me? So no, it's not this. It's these guys all fight for money and they'll sell their ass for money.
Y'all all fight for money. I hate hearing fighters say that. I really do. Because I try to understand and level with the gist of what they're trying to say, but y'all all fight for money. Y'all all fight for money, and you can't say what you won't do until you really put in a position to do so. You know what I'm saying? You haven't been in certain positions that some of these guys have been. Like, think about it. You had the opportunity to make some money, and you made it, right? Right? You claimed you was drained at 40, wasn't you? Right? You fought anyway, didn't you? And you was on inline skates when you was fighting a Pitbull Cruz. Claimed you was drained against Tank, right? You took that fight, right? You didn't have to. Said you was drained. You didn't have to take it drained, right? But you took it. So and why? Why did you take it? Because it's money. And so, oh yeah, it's prize fighting. Until it's not prize fighting, that's never a diss. That's never a knock on a fighter, bro. Like, it's easy to critique until you're in that position where you trying to feed your family and you've been doing this shit for years and you finally got the opportunity to make some money. Who the hell not gonna do it? You got to be a fool not to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's always a real conversation, man. These dudes ain't rich. Guys gonna take advantage of the most money that they ever could make. That's why it's when it really boiled down to it, ain't nobody scared to get in that ring. If you gonna pay somebody the right way, they getting in there. Shout out to Trey Skills, man. He says showing support. But Rosso had him quiet for real. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my guy, man. Appreciate you said Roelly fight crayons. Let's talk fashion. My dog, what's good with it, bro? Yeah, they all fighting for that bread. You get me? They all like it just part of the game. Like you that's what y'all do it for. You not getting. That's why, like, I miss me with that F the money stuff, and then the money don't matter. It matters. It matters because if you hear you ain't getting paid or you feel like you ain't getting paid accordingly, I'm pretty sure you ain't taking that fight. But I understand it to a degree. People don't fight just for money. Some people want to be great, but I mean, I don't know. The book is still out. I don't know what Roelly want. He don't even know what he want next. So, we'll see. He felt like he a 3-division champion. Let's see where this 3-division champion stuff take him. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, at 47 now, it shouldn't be no going backwards for him. So let's see if he able to swim in the shark-infested waters, the deep end at 47. This is not that deep. It ain't too many people, but we'll see what kind of noise he's able to make while he's there. But as far as that 8 million to 100K, that sounds crazy. I mean, that's a crazy disparity in between purses. But I don't know. I think back then, I think he would have got his unpredictable wild ass outboxed. Now, not so much. He's still looking like more of himself than Devin is looking like himself. So I don't know, but I don't know who he gonna fight. I did see somewhere that he'd be back in September or October or something like that. So we'll see. I don't know who it'll be against. Who Devin's gonna fight next would be interesting. If it's September or October, I know they were saying they had an October rematch for that Ryan Garcia fight, but who knows what's gonna happen? I don't know. Celestial Being, what it do? Man, Elias Box, Keyshawn Davis getting a good fight. Maybe good at Gervonta on rematch Roach. If Keyshawn wins over Edwin, Bob may let him face Tank. I don't think Tank interested in fighting Keyshawn. I mean, and let me be clear because people be losing their minds. I don't think he's scared. None of that weird shit. I just don't think that would surprise me. That would really surprise me if they fought. You know what I mean? Bob, I don't know. Keyshawn Keyshawn been like when given the opportunity to go towards the smoke, that's what he been doing. So that's why one thing I could appreciate about him. Like he could have took an easier homecoming fight, and he tried to take the one that he thought was tougher, right? He took the guy that just gave Hitchens his toughest fight and shit like that. So I don't know, man. I like what he's been showing. I definitely do. I just don't see them fighting though. I think they're indifferent. Like you know, he kind of missed that, but I don't see it. I just couldn't see it. I couldn't see it happen. Could be wrong though. Could be wrong. Never know. Never know. Anything could happen in boxing, but I don't see them two mixing it up. Well, he did get a little better. Well, he got to slow down on the slipping glue and eating crowns. Yeah, he crazy. I don't think Keyshawn's interested in fighting Tank. Yeah, well, you can say it on both sides. Hey, I no argument there. You know what I mean? I just think he focused on what he focused on, and it ain't Tank Davis. You know what I mean? I think at the end of the day, it ain't what they want. It ain't what he want anyway. It's gonna be what the other guy want. The consensus is the other guy is the super A side, and he can make any fight he want. Keyshawn ain't at that point, But I don't know. I don't see them being interested in fighting each other, or Tank don't sound interested in fighting him at all. You know what I mean? Not one bit. Too worried about the dumbass money. That's how I feel. I ain't mad at you. Hey, man, I don't think Tank's scared of nobody. I don't think none of these dudes are scared. I think it's business. I think it's plans. I think it's people's teams involved. It's a lot of different things, a lot of different factors. But, I mean, I would never tell you scared of people. But, I mean, Keyshawn, shit, he went from clout chaser to champion, man. We're going to see, man. All time will tell what these guys want. But when I say he not interested, I'm thinking like that's not his crop of guys, right? Shakur would be in that crop with Tank. Keyshawn, I don't think that's going to be the biggest fight for him. I think he's going to end up having somebody else be his biggest fight, if that makes sense to you, right? So when I say that don't mean, he's scared to fight him. Nah, just don't think that's nowhere near their plans. Now, I could be wrong. I don't know what their plans are, but I just don't think that they're thinking, yeah, let's go fight Keyshawn. I don't think so. What's that? You got to put... Oh, time out. Who that? We got to put in time out. Time out. Oh, Keyshawn. Oh, you talking about girl. She's talking about Jordan. What's good with it? Claymore Rain, my guy. What it do, homie? Keyshawn, brother, about to fight now. All right, interested in that. Me too. It's going to be a good fight. Turkey want to tank on his car so bad he can actually make profit and not lose it. I don't know. I don't know about that. People keep saying Turkey not worried about making money, but then on the other end, they'll tell you that he's trying to sabotage a guy from making money. It's a lot of stuff that don't make sense. That's why I know a lot of narratives are flying rampant, and I just can't. It's like, I just want to see fights. Shout out to Claymore. He says politics and issues of promotional companies, like always, these fights won't ever be made without the fighters putting their foot down the real way. I agree, man. Sid Smith, shout out to you, fam. I.e. Jake Paul. Yeah, man. Bradman Edwards said it a while back, and I had played it on the show. He had said it. He spoke about like why guys, why he felt as though certain fights won't happen. And he went on to say that if guys are not willing to like tell their teams, I want that guy or that's it, then, more than likely you won't see these fights happen because of that, right? You know what I'm saying? And it makes sense. It seemed very much on par with what goes on in boxing, right? And I've always more recently used the Errol Spence fight and Terrence Crawford fight as an example to back that claim. Like you've seen it. If it wasn't for one of the guys, obviously, or guys getting on the same page and somebody, demanding the fight, it's a good chance that the shit don't happen. So I believe it, man. It's just deeper. I just wish the conversation could elevate past ducking and people being scared, because these men been doing this shit all their life. Could you imagine being scared to make money doing something that you've been doing all your life that you chose to do? I just can't wait to the day in boxing that the conversation elevate past ducking and people being scared. You get what I'm saying? So, just got to see a narratives coming from Rain. Oh, yeah, you crazy. Keon, I thought it was Kelvin fighting him. believe Tank Davis looking for big money fights. Tank wants that Ryan Garcia Tank type money. Yeah, true, coach. I mean, you know, he definitely said it. He said out his mouth he want his money and he want to get out of there. I think that's the only reason the Tank and Jake Paul thing even existed, because of the idea of, you know, if I'm just going off of gauging his energy and how he was sounding, he sounded like he tired of the game. You know what I'm saying? He said, like, yo, just fake. Like, even the look on his face when he was saying it, it seemed very genuine when he was saying that. Like, this just fake. Like, you get me? I just want to get my money and just get up out of here. Like, go somewhere and, you know what I mean? Just be in the cut. I get it. And it seemed like, you know, just hearing him repeat things, you know, as far as like retirement and different things like that, you got to think, look how long he said he been doing it. Look how he leveled with Loma and his body breaking down. Right? It just, like, I believe he's seeing light at the end of the tunnel. And when people hear you expressing those thoughts while you active, you get what I'm saying? They don't process it the right way. So I think he's in a very unique space where he's been able to look at that, his life outside of boxing. People just think you live, eat, sleep in boxing and don't think nothing else about nothing else but just boxing and fights and being. Nah, at some point you want to live too. And that's the gist of what I was hearing when he was talking about what he was talking about. Sound like just the politics and the business of boxing is draining. The back and forth, he just felt like parts of this game that's just fake. He just want his money and get the hell out of here. And no, you can't blame him. You know, his experiences is his experiences, but let's just hope we get the fights before you go. You know, that's all. Yeah, it is. It's Calvin, right? I thought it was Calvin. Keon just got a knockout the other day, matter of fact. The other day, a few days ago, something like that. Keon did just fought, knocked Buddy out in the first round. But yeah, I think that's gonna be an entertaining fight for sure. But yeah, man, man. Hey, I just some of these fights, man. Like I said, the boxing is driven by money, and people wanting to take the least amount of risk for the most amount of money, and that's just where we at to a degree, man. So, like I said, when it comes to those real risky fights and being risked on either side, it's gonna take some doing, and I think to a degree it'll take fighters having to like Clay was saying, you gotta put your foot down. Get what I'm saying? Because I think history has shown us, if fighters sit back and wait for the powers that be to make the fights, then we probably never get them. You get what I'm saying? So that's what it is. That's why I said, man, it's a lot deeper than ducking. It's deeper than people being scared. It's just not that. You know what I mean? Certain risks ain't gonna be taken without the right kind of financial benefit. You know what I mean? It's just how boxing is. Ain't a sense too much heat and 35 and 40. I don't think he's necessarily concerned with like who's coming up, because I don't think you'll ever see Abdullah Mason. I think he's just way too young, right? He completely missed that shot. Like, I don't even think he in that conversation, but I think he's at a point where he's had time to reflect on his career, see the work he's put in, where he's been at. I mean, he got kids and everything. Like, it's life after boxing. And I respected his transparency, bro. That's all I heard. People made a lot of negatives from it. Oh, he sound like this. Yeah, but shit, man. Think about it. Been doing that shit from what, like 6 years old to 30? What is he, 30 years old now? So you figure, you know what I'm saying? Count the years. You know what I'm saying? All them years putting the physical strain on your body. Think about it. Like, sometimes we only look at them as professionals, and you know, now we forget about all that amateur work they put in. So I think people just get to a point in their careers where you get tired of doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? And definitely dealing with the business that seems to be draining. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Keyshawn and Shakur could fight Abdullah. Yeah, and Moten. Nah, I think them two. Yeah. Nah, I don't know about Moten though. Yeah, that burnout is real, and that like it was very eye opening to me, or it caught my ear, should I say, when I heard him level with why Loma didn't choose to fight him, instead of him like saying, he ducked me. He was like, nah, man, I felt as though his body breaking down and stuff like that. It's just like you starting to hear the different conversations. Like, when have you ever heard him say he gonna stop sparring bigger guys? He been like dropping a little breadcrumbs, like he thinking about life after boxing. That's what that sound like. But if you somebody that's looking to knock him or push a narrative, you're gonna say he talking like that because he's scared, or he looking to get away from this one or that one or this one or that one. Nah, man. Think about all the work he put in, and what is that, 24 years or so? From 6 to 30, 24 years of doing it, just work. And you know how he had to grind. You know he grinded, you know what I'm saying, to get there. And I think like being in a position, it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of, you know what I mean? People probably expecting shit from you, asking you from stuff. You know, I figure it could just be a lot. And everybody don't want to do it till they old, right? Some people want to be able to walk away with their faculties, their money, and some of their youth too, and live life. So that's all. I respected it because I thought it came from a genuine place. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I've been doing this shit for a long time, y'all. You know what I mean? With all the stuff going on, the back and forth, and how, you know, people just, you know, don't appreciate. And I think that's a real thing. Shout out to you, Will. Appreciate you, man. Eat up, man. Eat up. I think people just don't, overall, they don't appreciate. Like, think about it. We shouldn't still be in this point where people are calling that man a prospect. Like, not saying he can't deal with it, but like, who wants to hear that shit? It's false. No matter how bad you hate his resume, who he fought, his opponent selection, calling him a prospect is just is foolish. And it's like, you get me? So I think you just get tired of the game. And I think 20-something years in the game, man, you could get tired, bro. I do. I think you can get tired, and I think you can get to a point where your sanity is more important than trying to make money if it's gonna come with your mental and your peace of mind being disturbed. You get what I'm saying? And that's the growth that I was able to hear with Tank and what he was talking. Sound like life after boxing is a real thing. Man, my daughter's being better. That's the shit that it's dope to be able to see somebody be able to even think like that while they still in the position to make tons of money. I think that's dope. And like, if you just think about it, it's not so many people that seem like they make it to that point with so much. He seemed like in the people feel like he got more to give, right? And it's like, you just never know when they're tired, though. So I just respected the energy of that conversation and where he was going with it. Thought he was being very, very genuine. And that's transparent, and that's what you like. So I'm the type of guy, when I hear that stuff, I just want to accept it as what he's saying it and try to make it make sense. But people be like, nah, you hear him? He want to retire because he's scared of them young ones coming up and he can't do that. I'm like, bro, nah, I don't think that's it. I don't really think that's it. You get me? I don't think that's it. I mean, he dudes ain't scared. Shout out to my dog, A man, always supporting the bill, always in the cash app. Much love. Shout out to my dog, hey man. So yeah, man, I just think, yeah, you get to a point where you just, you know what I mean, you want something else. You know what I mean? Think about it. You're doing the same thing for years and years and years, and you know what I mean? You could, you know what I mean? And then having time off to think, you know what I mean, getting sat down for a minute, like, you know, your mind start to go. You start thinking about different things. You start planning your exit strategy low key. You get me? So that's what I see, man. Like I was saying, the fans, yeah, because he's very specific about them. You know what I'm saying? And I know which ones he talking about. I like Tank's team to not make it so much about the business or pay-per-view sales. Tank says no matter who the opponent is out, plus he's supposedly making prime money, make these fights happen now. Yeah, I'm with you, A. I think sometimes you gotta take into account though too with them. They just give it from their perspective. Like, if you know, there's good thing it don't have a bearing on who we fight though, because then it'll be all jacked up. You know what I'm saying? But I think Coach Breadman Edwards said it best. Like I just mentioned a few minutes ago, man, about, you know, the fights and why they don't get made. You know what I mean? I think Steven Espinoza did a good job as well explaining as to why fights don't get made. You get what I'm saying? Like, people just don't like to listen. Like, I said this earlier, we asked these questions and we don't really listen for the answers, or we don't seek out the information to get the answer. We'll just, why this or why that? It's weird. Sports pressures, depression. Yeah. Because no matter what you do, no matter how many people he knocked out, no matter how many flips off the top rope and, you know, just, you know, highlight real performances or wins, it's like it's never enough. So I can do this, and then y'all still gonna say I ain't did nothing. Imagine putting in the work that he's put in as a fighter, just to hear that there are people in the world that have convinced themselves that you've done nothing. Imagine it. And then knowing where he came from. It don't line up with, like, he can't make sense of it. And I know it comes off as if people are unappreciative. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of because they was in school for 12 years. Imagine being 30 and boxing since you was 6. Right. See, it's funny, bro. I know, man, you think alike, because I damn sure was about to go the school route to make the comparison. Like how you see how we be in school, we be tired of that. And just getting through it. You know what I'm saying? Just let alone doing something for 20 plus years. You know what I mean? You getting something from it, but overall, are you like, you appreciate it, but it's still a lot of other shit that, you know, come with this game, I believe in. And that's what he was speaking to. That's what I believe. Ooh. He said, I'm a content creator. I already have several spells and activity due to not wanting to engage. I can only imagine doing something as destructive. He said restrictive is boxing. Not for real, though. School won't punch you in the face either. Hell no. Nah, but you know, I'm just saying in terms of like just being tired of it and ready to do something else, right? Like we're like, man, you know, we all been there probably going through school when we was going through it, right? So, you know what I mean? And like you said, imagine you having to get punched in the face for that many years, from 6 to 30, 24 years in there, been getting punched. Punishment is training camp after training camp. You get what I'm saying? Training. I'm telling you, yo, dudes just get to a point where they like, bro, hold on. At any point, am I going to sit back and enjoy life, or am I just going to keep doing this shit? And I'm telling you, yo, and then it's like, especially the fact that he got kids, I understood completely. Like, oh man, you daughters, that's to say no more. You got money, you've successful enough to provide the kind of lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? And now you want to be able to enjoy that with them. So you get what I'm saying? And what do fighters say that they miss out on the most when they're fighting and in training camps? Family, right? How many people make sacrifices amid birthdays and all type of important milestones in their kids' lives? Like, that's the stuff fight fans don't take into account. I ain't hear nobody saying none of that stuff when it came to really exploring why he might be talking like this. But instead, the narrative pushes, oh, he's scared of this one. Yeah, that's because he's scared. Bro, what? 24 years of doing something and you still think he's scared? God damn, bro. That's a scare. That guy, you a special individual to do something for 20 plus years and be scared. So all that shit it's just about life and being able to live it and enjoy it with the family that you created. That's what I got. Daughters and shit that you want to spend time with, being softer for your kids. All that shit is real, bro. All that stuff is real. All that stuff is real. And then on top of that, I mean, this was one of the weirdest buildups I think this is hands down the weirdest buildup out of any tank fight, right? The Lamont Roach situation. So that could have frustrated him, right? Things could get frustrating. It's like after a while, all right, I'm making some money. Let me make a couple more bags and like slide. This shit is, you get me? It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I could imagine. I'll be frustrated in this space, bro. Like I was just talking to my bro saying, now I said today, I completely understand why people that do boxing content just stop doing it one day. Just wake up and just be like, you know what? I ain't doing this no more. I get it. Today, I really get it. Wholeheartedly, I do. Tank is fighting Jake Paul. They keep throwing it out there. Shout out to Motown. Roelly, he just talking. Yeah, he was. You get me? Dude want to live. He want to live life. He like, bro, I don't want to get punched forever. Bro, who want to get punched for over 20 years? I don't give a damn who you. That's a long career. Physical career, bro. Think about that. Basketball players don't all have 20 years career. That's not the norm. They should start so early because the way they built and groomed before they able to make it to the professional ranks, the work is so grueling. It's ridiculous, bro. And then it's a sport that they can't play, but they're supposed to have fun. It's crazy. It's crazy. So nah, man. And then the human, you think about the body and the head ain't face and jaw ain't meant to be getting punched on all. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, man, I think some people just want health in their life after boxing. And that's what I think the young man want for himself and want for his kids. And I could rock with that. I could support that message, man. Nothing wrong with it. But as far as that Jake Paul garbage, man, hopefully, you know, I'm tapped in now. See you in June, you stupid. Oh man, you're a fool, man. So that's just what it is, man. You know, gotta let these dudes live, man. Live life after the fact. But like, we ain't done yet, yo. We ain't done just yet. We gonna keep building. We ain't done. We got something else to go over too, man. Make sure y'all hitting that like button for your boy. If y'all haven't, support the grind. We ain't done just yet, y'all. We got something else to talk about. So you know, we all seen what's the name? Teofimo. And he recently you know, after his fight, you know, with what's his name? Arnold Barboza, you know, he went on to say, you know, he gave a little spiel. Oh, I'm Dora the Explorer looking for boots. Hold on, let me just go.
At 140, you know, I've been at this weight for some time now, but we'll talk about me and my team growing up, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the Ring Magazine champion at 140, but we know who you've been calling for, and that's Boots Ennis at 147. Are we going to see that next?
You know me, guys. I go after the tough challenges, and yeah, definitely Turki Alashikh, His Excellency, and to everybody, the Zone, and to Matchroom, you know, Golden Boy, Top Rank, everybody that's played a part of this. Definitely, I want to see Boots. I'm Dora the Explorer, and I'm looking for Boots.
Yeah, he Dora the Explorer. He looking for boots. So we all heard the little slick talk, right? And more recently, you know, he went on the Porterway podcast for a minute. That was after the fight, and this is what else he said.
Me, I've been trying to push for getting on the undercard of Canelo Crawford.
There it is.
September 12th.
Come on. I ain't got to ask you nothing else. God damn it. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, so
I'm good.
I definitely would love that against
he can go after you. I'm good.
Boots. Definitely would love that. I think I know that that'll be a big challenge and a big step up. And you know me, I definitely would love to take that risk.
Who's 3 fighters you want in that co-main? Obviously, we said Boots. 2 others you got?
Boots. If I can't get Boots, I don't know, man. I'll see if I get somebody at 47. You know, clean up. You know, it's up in the air right now till then. But I'm probably gonna go back to the gym tomorrow. Just get right back to it. You know, stay healthy and just focus on seeing what I probably need. I think I have like iron deficiency since the Cambosis fight. So I got to work on. So I got on like this regimen with Dr. Sebi. And so I'm working on that at the moment. I'm gonna start taking a lot more iron and think maybe that's what is causing me from having these bruisings, and on top of that, just like me not reacting better on my rehydration after the fight. But I think I'm just gonna focus on that and then see what Turki and everyone else wants to do as far as like with the fights.
And shout out to the Porterway podcast. Always, Sean Porter always do great work. But you see what he said there. He said, look, and I don't know. I hear stuff weird, right? Like the fact that he calling him Jerron in his boots. Like, I don't know. That ain't the right way to do it. You got to call him Jerron Boots in this, right? Like, is it me? I just hear it wrong. Like, I don't feel like you accustomed to saying that name, right? You just throwing it out there, Jerron in his boots. Like, nobody call him that. Nobody say it like that. Just call him Boots for that matter. But I don't know. Maybe I'm being petty. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it alone. But I do like the energy, bro. Listen, he said, you know, look, he's looking to fight somebody at 47. Jerron in his boots is what he said. We know that he's flirted with the possibility or the ideal, right? He's mentioned names. He's mentioned Crawford, right? He's mentioned going up to the heavier weight classes. You heard him say something about Brian Norman Jr., right? So the ideal of him being at you know, 47 is right there. You get what I'm saying? That's what he's saying he want to do, right? He'll you know, I'll go up to 47 now and watch, because I got another video that he did that after the fight as well. So shout out to Sid. Appreciate you, bro. He said, what happens if Tank gets KO'd against Jake? What are the ramifications? The internet breaking, Twitter crashing, troll alert, stuff like that, you know, stuff like that. But I was already hearing that if that was to happen, it would be an exhibition. So I think the possibility of either guy getting knocked out gets reduced almost to a very low chance that happens if that fight is to happen at all. I'm hearing exhibition, and it would have to be that. I don't think it could be an actual sanctioned fight and be on their records because they're worlds apart in terms of weight, and it just wouldn't even make sense. So, but if you see how much him and Mike Tyson just got paid, Jake Paul and Mike, for the exhibition, then Tank and Jake, I'm pretty sure that makes some money too. And shout out to Shakur Stevenson. He went on the Breakfast Club. I know a lot of people hated everything he said. Every other word was he was lying and this and that. But he also said he will understand why Tank would take a fight with Jake Paul. So he didn't knock it. You get what I'm saying? And he understands because he's a boxer. At the end of the day, you get an opportunity to make that kind of money. It's easy to say, oh, you're going to do this when you can fight Shakur, fight Keyshawn. It's easy to say that. But if that Jake Paul bag is, you get what I'm saying? It's easy to say what you won't do and how you won't move when you're not in a position. It's very easy to do that. But if you get put in a situation where they telling you, look, you can make X amount of dollars and it's possible, it's going to be very hard to just say, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need that money. Very, very less than likely. In July, we get Shakur, Bam, Usyk, and the GOAT. Yes, sir. Shout out to Dub, man. The GOAT is returning, man. Jay gonna get sued. Tell you, ABZ, what it do, homie? How you feeling? You want to be able to recognize TL? Yeah. Kevin, what's good, fam? Tank fight Jake. I say Shakur fight Lamont. There's a Pater. I love to see he get past the Pater. Lamont should think about his career at 135. I think he showed he could scrap. He's gonna step the boots, right? Cooked. Thrill Hill said, that's all I need. Big Supreme, what it do, homie? Kevin not that good, but I think he can beat Nair. All right. I think Kelvin just improving. I think he's an improving fighter, Big Supreme. I think Kelvin, like, he's taking time off of boxing where he wasn't really boxing, came back to it. So it's one of them things, right, where you clearly still seeing him learning, but he getting better. Like, I ain't gonna say he the best thing ever, but the dude can fight. He can box and he's smart and he's long. He know how to use it. He's well schooled. Like, I like DB3. Yeah, I really do. I rock with him. You know what I'm saying? I rock with him. Just like any other set of brothers, there's always one that look like they really stand out at the moment. And then the other ones got talent as well. And that's what I see. They all look talented to me. If you look at Roelly as a tune-up, hell yeah, they do. Oh yeah. But yeah, man, that boot smoke sound interesting, don't it? But he said he'll go up to 47, right? And fight somebody up there. He keep mentioning boots, but see, he also did an interview on Ellie Seckback, and this is what he said here. So listen closely to what he was saying. Now, mind you, this is right after the fight when he talking to Sean Porter. It was like the next day. You got the shades on, or whatever the case. There you go, right? And this is what he said in a different interview. After saying he gonna go up to 47 and fight Jerron in his boots, right? Okay.
So this is last fight at 140. We expecting you at 47 next fight? I don't know, man. I felt so great. I might go to 35 again.
Shout out to Blue Blood, Blue Alice. I know that's his voice. I can hear him. He said, so is this gonna be your last fight at 140, or are you going up? Like, and listen to what he said immediately.
So this is last fight at 140. We expecting you at 47 next fight? I don't know, man. I felt so great. I might go to 35 again. Who you looking for at 35? I don't know. Where's the Loma at? Do a rematch.
Why the hell would he want to fight Loma at 135 in a rematch? Why in the hell would he want to do that? Like, if God, damn well, if you even remotely got it in your mind to go back down in 135 to fight everybody gonna be talking about. But instead, where Loma at? Somebody you already beat. But I thought it was whichever monkey wanted the banana. What happened to that? You're going to that, quote unquote, as you put it, that monkey's division and not fight him? It's weird. Nasty work.
He's been carrying the weight for a long time. You catch the Colin Eubank fight? Oh, yeah. I love the fight. Great fight. I was going for Eubank. Even though You know, Conor did his thing. He went up 2 weight classes, I believe. I look forward to a rematch. That's definitely something I think everybody looking forward to.
What you think about the Tank Lamont Roach rematch?
Is it happening?
It's supposed to.
It's supposed to. I don't know, man. They're talking about Jake Paul now, right? What do you think if he did that? Jake.
Now Jake Paul stuff coming up again in November. See, I told you it's not people trying to spread that. It's them within the boxing circles hearing it and repeating it. That's why we're hearing people echo it. And I've said before, I don't understand why that news was making people so mad. But the fact that the fighter almost supported that fight happening based on the little context clues, I'm like, why you gonna be mad at be mad at the fighter? You can't be mad at the people for talking about a fight that everybody is behind the scenes saying that it had the potential of happening until that draw happened, right? Because that's what they said through that off. They said had it not been for that, that was going to be the next fight. It was going to be Jake Paul. I don't know that, but that's what they put out there. You know what I'm saying? Big dog always said, Tank with Jake Paul, Tank Maniacs, get your tickets for that good old Expo-ish.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
right.
well, I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
You stupid, bro. Hey. I was getting to it. Tigo gonna fight Rico Rootworker next in July, right? You get what I'm saying? He just had a deficiency at 140, but now he feels so good he can make 135. Where Lom at? I'm telling you, bro. They just be talking. That's all. And I do this without dissing them, but these fighters be putting their foot in their mouth. Who's the monkey of this dude? Something else. Need to see Boots put man in the sleeping sack. Yeah, you know. He keep asking for the fight. He said it. He doubled down on the Sean Porterway podcast. That's the guy he pursuing. He gonna pursue a fight.
Hey, good for Tank, man. Tank making his own legacy elsewhere, you know. You mentioned 35, would you still be up for a Tank fight at 35? Yeah, man. Fight everybody.
Now look, I paused it there for a reason. Now he said, but you go back down to 35, would you be willing to fight Tank? He said, yeah, I fight anybody. I fight all these guys. Now watch this.
Ready for anybody.
You see yourself fighting Conor Ben? Do you think you'll fight Conor Ben?
Conor Ben?
Yeah.
What weight?
47.
47? Well, I'm still at 40. I mean, what are we talking about?
Look. Can't make this shit up. The man saying fight any of these guys. They say, you fight Conor Ben at what is it, 47? He said, who? He said, who? Conor Ben at 47? He said, well, I'm still at 140, so. But he just told Sean Porter he's going to 47 to get a fight up there. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why I play these clips. That's why I be playing these little clips of the interviews, because I be wanting y'all to hear in real time how these fighters just get in the interview, and depending on who they talking to and the time of the day, how they feeling, they say some wild stuff, bro. They just say anything, and that's what he be doing. He just be getting up here saying anything, and he's still a talented damn fighter. He proved that. You know, on the Fatal Fury card, whether you like this performance or not, the kid can fight, the man can fight. But I just wish he'll stop trying so hard to say the right thing and just be genuine with the things that come out his mouth. To me, it's like he always trying to say the right shit and it end up being the wrong thing. You don't got to rush yourself to 147 if you're not going there. If you still got smoke and unfinished business at 140, just say that. If you want to go up to 147, you know what I mean, and fight Boots Ennis or Jerron Ennis Boots, as you call him, just say that and do it. But I just played Ja a couple of different clips, and these are like at most hours to a day apart, and he's totally just contradicting what he's saying. In one interview, he feels so good he might go back down to 35. In the Sean Porter interview, he got iron deficiencies, and he gonna work on that, and he about to go back to the gym. And then on top of that, he gonna look to get a fight at 47. But then in the other interview, like you said, I can go back down to 35. I feel so good. I'll fight any of these guys. I'll fight Tank at 135. Oh, you'll fight Conor Ben at 47? After saying he'll fight any of these guys. Who? Hey, Conor Ben at 47. Well, I'm at 140, so it's like, dude, bro, come on, T.O.
So great, I might go to 35 again.
T.O. just say anything. Skills, what's good, Brody? How you feeling, man? Mike or camera? Yeah, I'm telling you, it'd be his worst enemy. 154 versus Conor Ben. Aha. Boy, man, he's just trying to stay relevant until you can find another showcase fight. He might be. And the thing is, the dude talented. The dude is talented. So I just hope he don't sell himself short. You beat Barboza, build off that momentum. It'd be dope to see you go to 47 and fight any of those guys up there. It'd be dope to see you stick around at 40 and try to snatch up more titles there. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Facts, Reef. Facts. Teal versus Karen. Karen mess around and lump his eyes up, Big Supreme. You know what I mean? The only way Teal fighting Boots is in court because Boots tried to fight him.
Who you looking for at 35? I don't know. Where's Loma?
Who you looking for at 35, though? So.
Yeah. Well, wait. 47? Well, I'm still at 40, so then we'll talk about it. And you'll fight Conor. Ready for anybody. You see yourself? Right. Ready for anybody. You see yourself fighting Conor Ben? Do you think you'll fight Conor Ben? Conor Ben? Yeah. Well, wait. 47? 47? Well, I'm still at 40, so then we'll talk about it.
See? That's all I was trying to point out, bro. Just be saying anything. You either at 40 and you trying to be great there, or you going to feel so good you think about 35, even though I thought he was just talking there. But what you really going to do? Because the choice is yours, and I think you're in position to make some real moves, yo. I don't want to see him lose. I want to see him, like, make the most out of his career and do that shit the right way. You know what I'm saying? Be fun, be entertaining, go out there and win your fights, bro. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do, Big Supreme. So, like I said, I don't have no hate or nothing for Tio. He sound like he be trying to appease certain people or say the right thing all the time instead of just what he really plan on doing or what he thinks sounds reasonable next, right? So when I hear all of that, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. He's like all over the place. When I hear all of that, all that tells me is that he don't really know what his next move is just yet. That's all. And he could say that. I don't know what I'm doing just yet. I haven't really thought about it. Look, they asked Roelly on the DANZA project, yo, what you got going on next? He said, man, I ain't even thinking about it. I don't even care. I just want to spend time with my family and loved ones and enjoy my win. Like, get what I'm saying? Enjoy myself. So he don't even know what he going to do next. And mind you, they fought on the same card. Tio just defended his title. He don't know exactly what he going to do next. Think about it. He quick to say how he'll jump to 47, but he's even quicker to tell you how he's the Ring Magazine champion and, you know, get what I'm saying? How he's the guy at 40. So unless he willing to forfeit that position, I don't see him going nowhere. I think we're going to don't hold your breath for that Boots thing. I think Boots got other fish to fry, but I do hear that Turki Alashikh was interested in that fight. But I just don't want the games, man. Like, enough of the talking and the playing. If you're going to fight that man, fight him. Like, you on TV and you about to do the same thing with Boots that you just did with Terrence Crawford and Clout Chase. Yeah, man, I'm Dora the Explorer. I'm looking for Boots. Yeah, I'm looking for Boots. And I told y'all, it can't be just me. It's the way he say his name, Jerron and his Boots. Like, you don't even sound like you used to repeating his name out loud. Like, you don't have no intent on fighting that man for real. I don't believe you. I don't believe that shit. That man, in a matter of 2 different interviews, y'all, he told y'all he was going to be here. Go back down to 35. He feels so good. You get what I'm saying? Then Sean Porter, he told him he going to fight Boots. He want to fight Boots on, and he gave a date. He said the September card with Crawford and Canelo. That's where he want to fight Boots at. Then it turned around in the very next interview, and they asked him, would you fight Conor Ben at 47? He said, who? I'm still at 140. Like, what? Damn, bro. So what I think is he buying his time till he could pick somebody else that he feel like he can beat. That's all. And the dude is talented, but I'm telling you, between the Camboses loss and some of them close calls, it's something about him that seemed like he's not really willing to challenge himself all the way. I don't know. But he go to 47, that didn't impress me. It didn't impress me. GHB, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Night Rider, what's good with it? Turkey is bad for boxing. Yeah, man, look, all I can say is he got his way of doing things, and we used to what we used to, and I don't think we really in line with what he got going on and how he choose to do things, right? But as far as I don't know what to make of him, right? Because it's too many people it's too much stuff being said, but not enough of it being substantiated by facts. And I'm really one of those people. I try to give everybody a fair shake, and But at the end of the day, man, he just got a very animated cartoon way of looking at boxing. And he look at it as his own playground. And I'm interested to see just what his actual intent is in the sport. I can't say that he's good for the sport. I don't want to just say that he's bad, because, and the reason why I'm reserving a bit of judgment to just say he's bad, I hear everybody in the concerns that they have thinking he's trying to block a rematch. I hear people saying like he's scheduling fights ahead of time. He's getting people beat. He's influencing scorecards. Like, I hear all the concerns loud and clear, but I also have talked to a few different fighters at this point. You already know, GHB. Shout out to you, bro. You know what I mean? We got to build one of these days, but hold on. Yeah, man, but I just don't make sense, man. Just don't make sense, man. Rapid fire. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know, man. And when I asked the fighters, I almost lost my train of thought. Pardon me, y'all. When you ask the fighters what they think about Turki, whether it's people that had worked with him or didn't work with him, listen to the responses, y'all. So I'm a person that like to look at the whole plate. I don't want to look at half of it. I want to look at the whole, you get what I'm saying? The whole scheme of things, right? You get what I'm saying? That's a fact. I want to see, like, so what I'm saying is I will hear everybody's concerns. I'll see how many of those can be substantiated by facts and good reasoning and logic, right? Do you got a reason to feel like he's so bad? And I get it. You got your concerns, but the fighters think differently. The fighters be like, man, I fight on them cards. And, you know, some of the fighters that fought on the cards, they enjoyed the experiences. They enjoyed fighting in Saudi Arabia. Some people ain't get a chance to fight yet, but they've been able to travel over there and they like it. So I just try to be level with it. I hear the people, I hear the fans and the concerns of the content creators. And then I also hear the people that's actually doing business with them. And I got to think that the people that actually been able to work with them and do some business with them got to, like what they say, hold some type of weight, right? You can't just completely dismiss everything they saying. So every fighter that I've asked so far about Turki and what they want to fight on the cards and what they think about it, they all been for it. They all for it. And they all feel like he's solid for boxing. So I completely understand it. So you get where I'm going? I hear y'all. The fans overall, I could say they ain't feeling them, but the fighters who are getting paid for them and probably benefiting from fighting on the cards, they seem to feel a little bit differently. So I hear both of y'all. I hear both sides. You know what I'm saying? And for me, all I want to see, I can't control what the Turki guy gonna do and how he gonna move. All I want to see is him do what he said he was gonna do. Try to put on the best fights possible, put these fighters in position to make money, and that's it. Be an asset to the sport and not a liability. You know what I'm saying? Don't come in here trying to rearrange all the furniture and have everything looking crazy, right? We don't want that. We don't need that. So yeah, man, just be who you say you're gonna be. You know what I mean? Put them fights on and do right by the fighters. That's all I can ask of, right? Scorecard for Garcia and Garcia, blame Turki or not. Nope, you know that, you know it's selective, Dub. You know it's selective. It's only when it fit the narrative. So that's where I'm at. I'm not ready to blame him for everything wrong with boxing. I'm not saying everybody is doing that, but some people have connected him to things that I don't think they can prove that it's his fault. Like, I think we just going there because people don't like him, and I get it. So I'm gonna just leave it there. And like I told y'all, as far as blocking his rematch, I thought that was just paranoia, and maybe it could be truth to it. I can't tell nobody, but for me, I think that rematch between them two men gonna happen. I think the only way it don't happen is if one of the guys don't want to fight. That's my opinion. I think the only way Tank and Roach rematch don't happen if one of them dudes don't want to fight each other, bro. You get what I'm saying? So other than that, I don't feel like Turki is gonna be vested in trying to stop a fight that he has nothing to do with. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. You know what I mean? And maybe I could be wrong, but I also could be right too. It's a possibility that I'm right. You know what I mean? It just seems very, like, I don't know. Like, am I looking at it wrong? Petty as hell to try to spend your time, energy, and effort and money to stop somebody from making a fight that has shit to do with you, all in the effort to, I guess, hope that If you could get in his way enough, maybe you can get him to work with you. I mean, I can see that, but that's wow, man. That's a different level. Like, my thing is, do you get to that position of power thinking that way, right? That's a very, I don't know, simple-minded way of thinking when you have so much access to so much. When you have access to so much, right? I don't like, is that really is that good business, or does any of that matter, right? It don't matter. Like, what's the incentive? Like, what are you getting out of doing that? Getting a guy to work? Because it doesn't make sense. On one end, they say he's losing all of his money. They say another token, they say he don't care about making money. But then at the same time, they'll tell you he's sabotaging a rematch to get him over there so he can use him to make money off of him. I'm totally confused. And I'm not really confused. I'm just confused by the narratives. And whenever it's like that, it's just too many narratives out there and they can't all be true. I'm not telling nobody they right. I ain't telling nobody they wrong. Anytime in boxing where it's that many narratives and it becomes a bit confusing because can nothing be substantiated or backed by facts, it's just like, I feel like this, or I heard this, or this is a rumor that stuff is paranoia to me. I got to chalk it up to that. And I got to wait, sit back and see what really happened. Because like I said, when that damn fight happened and they be back punching each other in the face again, what we going to say? Yeah, Turkey, but see, it would have happened sooner, but Turkey was stopping them. Like, that's what we going to do? You get what I'm saying? It's just, I ain't there. I just want to, as a boxing supporter, I want to see these fighters get treated accordingly. I want to see them get their just due. I want to see them get their opportunities that they work for. That's it. I don't care who's putting on the fights and where they at. Of course, I would love for fights to be where I can go to them because I actually go to fights. I have no problem going. So, yeah, but I'm just here for boxing. I want to see the best fights that I can possibly see for my time, energy, and money. And I want to try to enjoy boxing without narratives and bullshit that take away from the sport. That's what take away, man. It's a lot. Turkey Block Tank versus Roach rematch. Get a chance to hear that part. My bad. Nah, he did. They don't know. I mean, it's a bunch of like baseless stuff. Dub, like from when I was trying to ask the question, I was even asking people they could come up and tell me if I'm missing it, but it was just a bunch of like, well, nah, we just because we see it, we see what he's doing. Like, I'm like, no, we don't. That's why we here talking. I'm not a silly guy, but people nowadays, when they don't like something or somebody, they don't need any facts to back their reservations and feelings toward those people or individuals or that entity. They'll just say that my suspicion is enough. Well, I heard it, so that's enough for me. Well, it feels like it. Well, it looks like it. It's like, bro, what? I don't think you get to the position he's in thinking so petty. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, what the hell? I need more. Maybe I'm gonna listen. I'm the next person I see talking about this. I'm gonna sit back and observe because I want to hear a different perspective on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a closed off person. Everything I say ain't the exact way it's going, but I just have my perspective, and I don't have certain information that people got to be able to come here and tell all y'all that's listening to me still that, yeah, that's Turkey blocking rematches. He getting in the way of fights, and I start looking at other shit like. Didn't he work with some of these fighters? I thought they said they had a working relationship. They was just saying this. I was just seeing videos about that. And then it's like, so now he about to burn the bridge and sabotage one of their biggest and one of their top earners. And then expect business to be like, is expected to be his business as usual. It's just regular. I don't know. That seems very spiteful, intentful, purposeful. Like, I don't know, vindictive. I don't know, but I'll say this, and I'll leave it with this, man. If it's any way in hell that, you know, I'll leave it right with this topic. If with him stopping Tank from doing what he's doing, or Roach doing what they doing in PBC, doing what they doing, you got to question: are they the entity that people praise them to be? Ain't nobody about to stop them from doing them. That's what I believe. They've been doing them for this long. They done faced they've been broke the whole time they've been here, right? They stood the test of time. They always say ain't nobody stopping them from doing shit. Because I believe they strong in their spot. I do. I believe in them as an entity. I believe that they can continue to be a big part of boxing and put on really good cards and really good shows. But as I've always said, I'm a maintain the same sentiments. The more people that are in position of authority, that are working together and in or around the same page, will improve, I think, the overall landscape of the sport. More people working together, you got less excuses and less reasons for fights not to be made. As long as you got people jockeying for position and trying to outdo each other, then it's always going to be what it is. Fights falling by the wayside, and some of the biggest meaningful fights that we feel are to be made in boxing, we won't see them. That's just really what it is. So it's a lot. I'm learning as I go. I don't got all the information. I don't know everything about everything. But like I said, man, I think you're looking to burn bridges if that's how he's moving. And I'll end that with that. You know what I mean? To be honest, message belong to one fighter fan base. Yeah, that collusion, and that's illegal, right? Right. So, yeah, man, never really got no real understanding, and maybe I'll tap into somebody tomorrow or whenever I see somebody else talking about it, and I'll try to give a bit of a listen to see, like, you know what I'm saying, what they think about it. And you get what I'm saying? Because I'm one of those people. I don't know everything. I got my perspective and my information, and that's what I'm cool with relaying to y'all. My perspective and my information that I deem to be solid, right? But that don't mean I ain't willing to listen to somebody else, you know what I'm saying, point of view or perspective on this. I just don't have that one because I don't look at boxing that way. Because I just feel like that shit, man, it's so much other shit to do. Like you got stars, you putting on cards, you putting on events. No matter how they're turning out, you have freedom and some flexibility to be able to exist within this space. And why ruin it and why mess that up by trying to stop a young man from eating or two young men from eating? Just it's some stupid shit to me. So like I said, man, it's not ever something that I can get behind. But I think with accusations like this, I think time reveals all. And overall, I think if his existence within this space is a negative impact, and the relationships that he's building or destroying, that's going to be either his downfall or it's going to help him be successful and exist, and be within this space. So I just don't know, man. I'm just going to sit back. I'm gonna observe. I'm gonna listen to the fans. I hear the people clearly, but I'm gonna also keep listening to the guys that's actually fighting for them. You know what I'm saying? And what they think. So yeah, boxer with custodial rights. And see it. Turkey don't have that many dates anyway. That's all I'm saying. And I'll say this and wrap up with this. Shout out to everybody that came through, rocked out, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out if y'all haven't, man. Make sure y'all do. Yeah, I'll say this. If you're gonna stop something, right? Wouldn't you need to know when that event is gonna take place for you to really even be in position to try to stop it? And I just don't know if he knows their plans and what they plan on doing. Like, who knows if they even have a date? It was never announced. So I don't know. And I'll leave it there. Turkey about to launch a whole promotion company with Canelo versus Bud. No way you got time for that. That's what I'm saying. Do we got time? Like, what is his, like, they make it seem like because he's not working with him, he's just super bitter. And because of that, it's like, yeah, now I'm about to ruin your career because you don't want to work with me. I will hope that's not the case. And like I said, man, time will reveal all that stuff, man. Nah, they not. But yeah, ain't got no time for that at all. I just don't think so personally, bro. But that's just me. I could be wrong as hell. But like I said, I always say time will tell everything. You get what I'm saying? Time will reveal all, like it always do. So if his heart if his true intentions ain't good, I think when it's all said and done, that'll be the book. That'll be the story. I just don't feel like in this small ass niche sport that you can keep secrets. When you're not good, you're not good. When you're doing bad business, you're doing bad business. And you'll hear people saying it. But like I said, a lot of the suits and the powers that be, you got a couple people opposing what he's doing, but most of the people are kind of falling in line and being willing to work with him and see what opportunities could exist from you know, doing business with him. So I feel like you should always want to keep all your options on the table and you know what I mean, allow yourself to, you know what I mean, reach your full potential, man. Go get your bag. Go put yourself in the best position possible in this sport and keep it moving. Yes, man, we're going to have some tracksuits coming soon. So shout out to everybody, man, that pulled up, that rocked out, that hit the like button, the super chat, the cash apps, man. Much love to everybody. Another dope build in the books. I think PBC put people on July 12th card. If he was blocking the fight, yeah, that's what exactly. And they got that date too, thanks to my guy Dub. So yeah, man. Shout out to Tank and Roach. I hear Tank putting in all types of work. I hear the same for Roach. And I'm just interested and ready to see the rematch. That's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if it's most though. Peace to everybody though, man. Cause they, you know, you hear like name them. Like Eddie Hearn, he working with him. He said buff his shoes. Oscar De La Hoya might talk some shit, but he working with him too. Get what I'm saying? The Frank Warrens, all these dudes working. He's worked with everybody, I think, at this point. You know what I mean? And that's normal. Nah, they probably been critical, but you know, they still gotta be men in their own right. They still promoters too, right? So they gonna stand on something. They gotta stand for something. You get what I'm saying? They gotta stand for something. But I get you. But look, Baby Do promotions coming soon as well. Rick Tans, what's good with it, bro? But you're right, Big Supreme. Yeah, they've been vocal, but that's them. I think that's them just maintaining their spot, right? Standing in their spot as men. Like they're not gonna completely, like, you know, fold for nobody. Because Eddie Hearn said, like, regardless of what, I'm gonna be here. I'm one of the better promoters. Like, if you want to take me on, let's go. Like that's how they talking. So. I just think it'd be a little bravado, a little ego talk, a little ego trip. That's all. You know what I'm saying? But again, shout out to everybody. Rick Tins, my dog, man. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate all y'all. Much love. Shout out to everybody that rocked out to the end of the show. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn your bell notifications on if they're not. Share the lives if you can. And again, continue to support the grind. And I'm going to continue to build for the fam. So with that, man, we gonna get up out of here, man. Much love. Yeah. Yeah, you stupid, Big Supreme. Much love to everybody. Enjoy the rest of this Wednesday. I'll see all y'all tomorrow. Peace to the fam.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdueboxing shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. "4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link. Word 'em up. It's Judah Ben. Shout out to Jusdu.
building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Just Do Boxing, the best boxing talk on YouTube.
Just Do Boxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Just Do Boxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Just Do Boxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am definitely biased when I talk about boxing. So
as always, we got to shout out everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to my brother Just Do. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Just, man. Just doing a hell of a job over there. Had a great interview today. The brother, and I say it respectfully, one of the most non-biased individuals that I've ever heard speak on the sport of boxing. And I got a lot of love and respect for my brother Just, man. And right now, we're going to give him his Just Due. Shout out to my brother Just Do, man. Much love and respect.
Look, man, I told you I ain't had nothing to do with that, man. Homie picked me up.
Why you move your hands like that? Keep your hands to your motherfucking side.
Man, homie picked me up. We got pulled over by the police. He gets out the car and start dumping. I ran. I mean, what?
I ran. I mean, what?
I'm tired of this shit, nigga.
Oh,
what? Oh, he's... Oh,
why that nigga do that?
Like that? Blue, catch! Oh, catch! Oh, you got the ear! Oh, now what you gonna do?
Hey, it's all them fools go right there.
Trouble was right there on that corner, staring right at us.
Yeah, they rolling hard too. They slanging real good, real good.
Might have to drop a dime on them.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta stop.